right, we are recording. I think. Did I just see an error message? No, I did not. Good. Are we recording? Yes, we are recording. Perfect. All right, so is everybody in the roll 20? Because Deathcap is missing in the roll 20, that is okay. All right, cool. So let us do our lovely recap. If everyone wouldn't mind rolling a d12. Oh goodness, I've avoided this for so long, and now it's coming back to bite me.
I feel like at some point I'm gonna. Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, Murder's doing. No,
I still
Fenders.
haven't had to do
Whoa.
the recap.
Yeah,
look at
like
this. Patty's out. Patty got away from it.
God damn it. I want to do the recap. It's been so long.
Patty does a great job at the recap.
Patty keeps
oh my
rolling.
god.
Hey, Silverin.
Maybe we make it the biggest one this time.
Silverin came in?
Silverin just showed up.
Oh my god.
You find
Did
the dog?
get found?
Is everything okay? Oh, you might be muted.
Butt dial?
Is this a butt dial? Hello.
Oh yeah, I had switched it to push to talk last week.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
So I had to find the button. We did find the dog.
Oh, thank goodness.
And the somebody like literally just down the street found her.
Oh my god.
And yeah, he had her. He posted it on our local town's Facebook page, and we were able to find her.
That's
oh my
great.
gosh.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Because that is horrible.
And thus the party is reunited completely.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, so
Lovely.
let us do this lovely recap. I think it looks like I'm going to be doing a recap if Silverin doesn't roll
I want to
below
recap.
a 2. You want to recap? You rolled the maximum number on the dice, Paddywhack.
I know.
Maybe we reverse it for this session.
Reverse
It can be opposite day.
Opposite day, yeah.
Yeah.
When you roll a natural 1, it's a natural 20.
That'd be great. If you roll a
Oh,
natural
yeah.
20, though, it's
Confusing so fast.
inspiration and you fail miserably.
I'm partially playing it up for last, but I really do want to recap because it was a fun session last time.
Okay.
Yes. Well, this session might be a little bit more chill, or it might be less chill, depending on what you guys choose to do. We'll see. So, we're going to go back to 2 sessions ago, or I think maybe even 3 sessions ago, where you guys were in Evexis. And this is where the recap begins here, where after Zeroth left...
Oh wait, are you recording?
Yeah, no, thank you for reminding me, but yes, we are definitely recording, and I have double-checked, so we're good. So...
Okay, just making sure.
Audio is shared.
Audio is shared. I'm just going to triple check. Yep, sharing sound from the computer, recording to the cloud. Perfect. Awesome. Okay.
Yay,
Okay.
we have everything. Sorry, just had to make sure.
Don't worry about it. You are good. Hang on 1 second.
We're kind of infamous for technical difficulties these days.
Oh, yeah.
We
It's
are.
horrible. So, a couple of sessions ago, you guys were in Evexis. You completed one of these challenges set forth by the demon Nasa, and afterwards, you felt like that was very easy, or at least Paddywhack did. And so Paddywhack decided to challenge the devil himself here, and he summoned a massive monster, a gigantic primal creature, out of nowhere, thin air. You guys decided to flee, figuring you probably couldn't take this beast, and you made your way to a portal in NASA's home base, his office, pretty much, where you found also the Staff of Stars being seemingly unguarded. You took the staff, slipped into the portal, which spat you out in a completely unrecognizable location to you, somewhere you'd never been before. In the session afterwards, you entered this city, which was on the horizon, which you'd spotted when you had appeared on this hill, the staff in hand, not quite knowing where you were, what you were going to do next. You asked around, found out that you were in the miniature continent of Feodoria, and this city is that of Elden Smite, the capital of one of the 3 viscounties, or 3 high viscounties of this miniature continent. Elden Smite being a sprawling city with lots of districts. I think it's in like 9, and a towering palace that looms almost into the clouds. You all looked around, had to pop into one of the local taverns, the Singing Mug, and met an alchemist in Windcrester's Alchemy, who was also some kind of artificer. And Paddywhack decided to try her hand at an apprenticeship with this alchemist.
That happened entirely on accident.
What?
That happened entirely on accident.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
offered it as long as he gets paid for it, which is completely fair.
Yes. Other than that, yeah. Deathcap bumped in. Well, actually, there's even more than that. Silren
There was
bumped
so much
into
more.
a couple of people who might have had something to do with something related to him, maybe. I'm not going to say anything other than that. A couple of shady-looking individuals, one of which was this strange woman who bore this dark sword coated in poison, and the other being a giant orc with a glowing blue great blade. And you guys defeated them very easily and left them to the guards before Deathcap slipped away. From there, he ran into a goblin who was very old and seemingly very opulent and rich, wealthy. He offered to give Deathcap a drink, or buy him a drink at the Singing Mug, where you guys were planning on going to stay for the night. And afterwards, he drew Deathcap into the corner of the room and began to tell him about the wonders of his guild and how much protection this guild offers and how many friends this new goblin had made. Deathcap seemed to think this was a great idea, but didn't end up telling any of you about this as he came back. You all made your way up for a long rest. Silren was looking around for a library, and I should have had you roll for that instead of just telling you outright, but that's my bad. And you do know that there's a grand library, the Ias Symposium, in the Sapphire Spires, although it is a more upper district. And as you guys wake up, the sun is filtering in between the mullions of these windows in the tavern where you... Oh, not the tavern. You guys stayed at the board house. What was it called? Let me find my notes.
Cloven Hoof?
No, I don't think it was the Cloven Hoof. I believe it was... Oh, where is it? It was something. Was it Trail's End? Trail's End. You guys stayed at Trail's End, which was the very stereotypical tavern-like building run by an elf who was fairly open to having a couple of people who just teleported in, stay at his tavern, and not really worried with what your business was. He just let you in, and you paid for your rooms. And now you are here in the middle of the trade ward, in this, like, roughly this area here. And there is an entire sprawling city before you. What would you like to do?
First things first, Karhu and I have to go to the bank, and then we have an appointment at Windcrester's Alchemy.
Right.
Okay, so you get... Oh yeah, also you engaged in a coin exchange at the Ruby Pendant, so you could actually buy stuff. But that was a less important matter.
Right. I owe, to fill in some things, we owe the alchemist 1,000 shields because of this ring of mind shielding that he's given me. So I'm trying to be an upstanding citizen and pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Ought to keep
I'm going to give him a loan for that with my remaining almost 4K of plans, which I do need to transport, which I do need to make into shields, because we're probably going to be around this area in this continent for a while. So I need to head to the bank to do that.
Okay, so you guys are going to head to the bank. Verda, what are you doing? What are you planning
Are
on
there
doing
any
today?
tailors?
Tailors? Actually, yes. There are a couple of different people that make clothing. There's a cobbler, the beast-hide boots. You could probably look around to find a tailor if you wanted to.
I just want to interact with someone who appreciates my craft.
Your craft. All right, so you're... So Verda's planning on looking for a tailor, if she can. Silren, What are you planning on doing?
I'm gonna head over to the library and
Great.
look for any information on the leftover.
Gotcha. Okay, so Silverman's heading over to the Aya Symposium. That's I remember you saying last time. Deathcap, didn't you disappear last night?
Oh no, Deathcap.
You vanished into the darkness.
I am waiting for midnight.
Okay, right. And then you're gonna show the dagger to the people at the sanctuary. Got it. Zeroth, do you have any idea of what you would like to do in this completely new environment that you're in?
I want to go change my gold for shields.
Okay.
Switch currencies, and then I want to find someone that deals in weapons
Nice.
and armor, and someone that deals in magic, like magical, like weapons or magical, like clothes or stuff like that.
Awesome. Okay.
You can
Perfect.
come with us to Winchester Alchemy.
True, I could do that. I'm looking for I'm either someone that can enchant stuff or someone that can give me magical weapons or will buy magical items off of me.
All right, cool.
That's perfect. Windcrester's Alchemy. Mr. Windcrester actually does provide infusions for weapons, rune infusions. So,
Heck,
Right.
yeah, I'll tag along.
like it's all
Perfect.
perfect.
Okay. As you guys are going to split up and go your separate ways, the elf who runs this boarding house steps in front of the door. Aren't you forgetting something?
Paying them?
Hit the nail on the head. We don't work for free.
Okie doke.
Not a charity.
Not a charity. Thank you. He charges you. Let me see.
A lot of money.
No, he charges you 5 gold pieces for all of your rooms, and actually, you guys did manage to get breakfast. It was a very simple, straight to the point meal. There were some hash browns. It was kind of like an English breakfast. You had some eggs, some beans on toast, and some ham. And then, now that you've paid, the city is open to you. So, because everybody's going to get or a lot of people are going to get their coin exchanged, we're going to go cut to the ruby pendant here. So as you guys are pushing through the crowd, it is a very bright day out. Although there are several clouds on the horizon that you can spot just over the looming walls of the city that look to be building up. It seems as though a storm is brewing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, forgot to mention this. Probably should have taken care of this before this. But since we did do a long rest, I would like to remake my combat construct.
Okay, you're gonna rebuild Abel?
Yep, only it's not going to be Abel anymore.
Oh.
Rather than being a bipedal humanoid figure that looks like basically just a hulking thing of armor, instead, when Patty does come out of the room, come back down, rather than being she is actually followed by a metal wolf.
Ooh.
Oh,
Cool.
I'm kidding.
That's
She
amazing.
introduces as Fenrir.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yep.
How did I know you were gonna do that? As soon as I don't know. I had like a intuitive. I was like, this is gonna be Fenrir, or Fenris, however you want to say it.
Fenrir, Fenris.
Fenris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just accidentally peered into the fourth wall while she was sleeping. But yeah,
Scavian mythology. It's fine.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh.
she's going for she seems to be lately with the whole werewolf dagger that she wants to make and stuff. It just makes
He's wolf themed now.
yeah, it's just she's starting to get some kind of draconic wolf theme going on, which I'm entirely okay with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I need to change the cover image for the token image for that at some point.
Yeah, of
Imagine
course.
how betrayed Abel
Yeah,
was.
so she is now
Poor Abel.
she is now on the back of the metal wolf as they go forth, and even the wolf is taller than her.
Wow.
I mean,
4
they're
feet
pretty big.
tall. She's 2'3". It's almost twice the size of her.
Yeah,
So-
wolves
Yeah.
are pretty big, actually. Like,
Yeah. And like this is a metal wolf, so she would have made it even bigger. So yeah.
If you ever go back to Avexis and find Abel, like.
Ooh.
No. See, the moment a new construct is created, the old construct immediately just kind of collapses and everything deactivates.
Murder.
Okay, so 3 of you guys. I'm just guessing. It's Karu, Zeroth, and Paddywhack. You guys are going to the Ruby Pendant, correct?
I may actually need to come too because I only exchanged for 15 shields. Was it?
Shields, correct.
Yeah, but I need more.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, Patty would offer also to distribute the amount of shields that is in the tiny pouch that we got from the guild house.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone wanted to partake in these.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everyone did have a part in doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 30. It was 30 of the platinum ones and an amount of gold ones equal to 150.
I am double checking my notes right now.
Yeah, because I just put down 340 shields. I didn't
So what were you collecting your reward from?
From last session when we took the one to the guild, the girl to the guild house and turned her in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just put down 340 shields after I did the math, but
Okay, great. 340 shields is all gold.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yes.
I remember last session you said that. Oh, okay.
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead. I had to move some stuff.
I just put it down as 340 shields after I did the math, but I remember
cool.
it was that some of it was in platinum pieces.
Okay, then if you're going to get the coin exchanged, you can change it all to gold if you'd like. That works.
Okay.
Can I please have may I have I don't know 7 of the gold pieces? Just if not, that's fine.
She straight up just gives you 40 of them.
Oh.
It's like this pouch has 300. So
I don't need that many, but thank you very much. You can have 20 back if you want.
I'm good.
Sorry about that. Alright. Oh.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt that.
No, you're fine. You're totally okay.
Yep.
You guys head over to the Ruby Pendant, the crimson building in the typical Tudor style. But as you head in, you do not see the same people sitting behind the counter. There are what was, as you entered the building here, for Zeroth, who has not been here before, this is a large Tudor-style building, although the walls are seemingly painted a deep scarlet hue. And as you step inside, this common room place here, it looks almost like a tavern with none of the tables, no fireplace, just a bar straight in the center. And 2 individuals are standing behind the bar. To the left of them is a door, a large metal door, and to the right of them is a wooden door on the side of the wall here. So, as you step inside, rather than seeing that satyr and the half-orc that were there before, the satyr is still there, although their face is the same. The features have changed completely. What was before long golden hair is now very sharp and spiky, and the color of dandelions. And the horns are now sticking straight up into the air, almost looking like a tiefling. But that is, of course, belied by the fact that there are goat legs that are propped up on the table as this individual lies back in the chair, which just tilts. Okay, and the other one, no longer a half-orc, although the same rough height. This is now a Goliath, which is incredibly strange because of his hair. He's got long dreadlocks going down his back and a braided beard that tucks into his belt. And he's wearing very vibrant clothing when compared with what he was wearing the last time. However, the same exact voice from the half-orc calls out to you. Good day to you. Back already?
Mm-hmm. Gotta exchange a bit more, made some trades, did some purchases, but have some outstanding deals that need to be upheld.
Always good for business. Although you didn't spend all the money in one place, I imagine.
Oh, that'd be horrible to do. No.
Indeed, perfect. So, how much will you need exchanged?
This much pours out the entire 3,950 brands from my bag of holding.
Oh, lovely. And anything for the rest of you, oh fine gentlemen and lady?
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Indeed.
hand him half of my gold, which is I have half mine's 145 gold.
145. All right. So, if you are converting currency, unless you're converting all of your currency, I'd like you to note down the amount of money that you've changed and make, and like say 140 shields or something like that. 145 shields. Cool.
Okay.
He scoops the money off the table into the large sack, walks over to the big metal door, opens it, and you see a like dark vortex, like a portal right behind the door. He steps into it with a strange sucking sound, and then maybe about 3 minutes later, you guys are all standing in awkward silence with this other individual who is seemingly asleep on the job. He steps back out, carrying a large sack exactly the same size over his shoulder, and then he hands it over the table to you guys.
But of course, this is not a free service, so I would ask for a simple 5 shields for that transaction.
Okie doke. I say my 5 shields.
Oh, just 1, thank you. Just 5. That's all we need. I appreciate it.
Okay, yep, okay, I just pay for everyone then, because I have a ton, so yeah, I pay for everyone.
Yeah, so it's every time you exchange coins, you just need to give him 5 gold per the transaction, so it's fine. All you need to give him is 5 gold.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, welcome to the City of Gemstones.
Alright.
I hope you enjoy your stay. And remember, don't spend all that in one place. That will be a nightmare. It'll be terrible. You have to come back and exchange more.
Alright. So now my total of gold is 4,438 brands. Or shields. That I currently have. I just poured it all into the bag of holding.
Cool.
Yep, so just for that. Yep. So that number is about to go down significantly.
All right. So you guys step out of the ruby pendant. Silren, you split off from the group, start walking down the streets. Not many people are taking notice of you, even though you look fairly out there and a little bit like you're pretty different from the typical person you see in Prismon. A lot of these people are dressed in not similar ways, but to a similar degree of, hey, I'm very different. I am probably like a wizard or sorcerer or something, and have this crazy outfit on, that kind of thing. So there are a lot of people that look to the same degree of different as you do. So you can slip by fairly easily as you move throughout this place. It takes you maybe about half an hour to get through the trade ward. And then you see, as you step past one of these walls here, as you step into the Moonstone Sprawl, it is much shorter than the trade ward in that all of the buildings are usually only 1 story tall or 2 at the max. And it looks a little bit less wealthy than the trade ward, although still well-to-do, and it's not really that, it's not like poor, it's not insolvent, but it is a lot less nice in comparison. Are you being like inconspicuous? How are you going throughout this place here?
Casually walking to where
Okay.
I want to go.
Gotcha. Casually. So you're just walking along here. Okay. As you're walking through the Moonstone Sprawl, a suspicious-looking individual steps out from an alleyway, and seeing as there's no one really around in the Moonstone Sprawl at this point in time, the trade ward is far more bustling. He looks at you.
You there!
Come here. I've got something to show you. Yeah.
What does this character look like?
He is a shrouded-looking man, most likely, who is wearing. He's got like a cloak that covers his entire body, hood pulled low, and you can only really see his hand as it sticks out from the folds of his robe, and he's like beckoning to you, and you can see that two of his fingers, his pinky and his ring finger, are missing.
I'm going to ignore him.
All right, you ignore him and walk on.
Hey, come back. Look at me wares. Oh, damn it.
And just steps back into the alleyway and leaves you be. You continue walking through the Moonstone Sprawl, and then you see the most illustrious building in this district so far, which is surprisingly the brewery. It is a 3-story tall building that extends more lengthwise than widthwise. It's an odd shape, but as you look at it, it's like every single square inch of it is incredibly detailed. And there are like bottles hanging from the shingles, the little overhang that all clink together in the gentle breeze to make a strange wind chime situation going on here. And you can see even some distillery tanks that are out in front of the building. And of course, you can see hanging over the door is the sign reading Beard and Barrel Brewery. A couple of individuals step inside, and then a dwarf walks out. As he leaves, the door bumps into another one of these bottles, which jingles as if it's got some ball bearings or some kind of bell inside of it. And he begins just walking away, carrying a small bag. And you continue on your way, and you eventually, after a long while of walking, takes for this one probably about 45 minutes, you reach a large set of gates. As the Moonstone Sprawl fades away, you finally find yourself standing at the wall again. A pair of guards are just standing, looking very, very bored. And you see these guards are wearing chain hauberks with deep obsidian purple surcoats. And they are leaning up against the walls, just looking around. Two of them are watching like butterflies as they fly by. And there seem to be like 6 of these guards that are all standing around this gate. The gate is right here.
I need to walk past them to get into the area where the library is, correct?
Yes, looks like it.
Then I attempt to walk past them, and if they stop me, then do whatever customs they say I need to do.
And as you step forwards, and you're just kind of strolling along, making your way up to the gates, and one of the guards holds his spear out in front of you.
Whoa, hold on there. Sapphire spies are only for official citizens or people with a great reason to go in there. Otherwise, we can't have the rabble just walking about. Take your business.
Library.
Library, eh? What's a library?
A place where books are kept?
No.
Scrolls?
All right. What's your business with this library?
Looking up information about the legendary I forgot the name of it.
Leftover?
Leftover.
There we go. So you're like looking up the information of this legendary leftover. The guard squints at you.
It's my own thing. I forgot about it for a second there.
You forget your own thing.
I have leftovers every night. You telling me it's a legendary recipe or something? It's tasty,
Yeah.
sure, but Not really much to tell.
I'm still positing my theory that it's a crime based on food. Food-based criminals.
It's an acronym, not an actual.
An acronym? What's that? Some call it some sort of spell or something? Some witchery?
It's an abbreviation of words.
You're using a lot of large words, mister.
Well, I guess I'm much more upper class than you then.
Fair point.
Damn.
I'm not even having you roll for that. That's pretty good. All right. He knocks on the gate.
Open up! We've got an upper-class citizen here to see the library, or whatever you say. Sounds like a brewery.
God damn it. I mean, it's a
You going to
brewery
get
of
drunk?
knowledge.
You know,
Do
there's
that later
taverns
today,
here
yeah.
too, mate.
Doing research, then I'm going to go get drunk.
Oh, smart lad. Right. Off you go.
He
Do the
gestures for
stuff
you.
that I need to do while I'm sober, then go get hammered.
Ah, and all of the other guards start going, ah, and they start like jostling one another.
This one's got his head screwed on right. Right. All right, go ahead. Enjoy. But do
And I
come
walk
back before
past them.
sunset, unless you got an official permit.
Alrighty then.
Thank you. Right, good day.
And as you step in, the gates slowly close behind you. This place is very different from the other areas in the town you've been so far. Everywhere is seemingly at least bisected by these large canals. And you can see there are gondolas that are just gently and slowly moving along as sightseers are wowed by the architecture here. Everywhere looks like it came from the most noble of places, the grandest of elven cities, Exus Beryllion maybe even, which was the capital of Prismon itself. And this place is amazing. Everywhere looks fake. It looks like you're not even here, projected by, it looks like everything's an illusion even. There are plenty of plants that are just growing from in the middle of the streets, and you can see an absolute ton of people walking around, all of them wearing incredibly upper class clothing. Most of them are draped in long robes that are matching the color scheme of this place quite well, as all of the roofs are of a blue sheen of some sort, whether that it be obsidian, whether it be azure or something along those lines. It is a very opulent place.
Well, imagining it's just a miniature Venice that's just been dyed blue.
It's kind of like if you dyed Venice blue and added like even more beautiful architecture. Like every single building looks like some kind of palace.
I found the squirrels.
Great.
Sorry.
What?
Start heading. Don't worry about it. We're not going down this rabbit hole.
Sorry.
You're good. You start heading over towards one of these seemingly like islands between the canals, which is protected by 3 different archways, which all have this odd language written on them. What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Halfling.
Above the arch here is written in Elvish: live, learn, teach, die. And then underneath that, what'd you say?
That actually sounds really profane for Elvish, assuming that an elf wrote it.
Assuming. Live, laugh, love. Except not really.
Live.
It's a really dark version of live, laugh, love. And then underneath that, in large common script, reads Ias Symposium.
Helpful. What does that mean?
All right, hang on 1 second. Okay.
In common, it is a word, it's a phrase that I don't know.
So
In common. Oh, you think that's common? That's Latin.
you step underneath this large arch, and you see this symposium, this library is tall. It's got a long spire at the very top, and on the very top of it, let me just double check and make sure. Okay, so you see this. It is a gigantic Greek-style building with a large flight of marble stairs leading up to a giant double doors, the color of oxidized copper. The building is mostly constructed out of marble and has massive stained glass windows that let the light in on the very open room, which you can assume would be like the very center, as the doors are open and you can see into the building. The ceiling is incredibly high, and at the center of this place is a giant copper dome, atop of which you can see a weather vane that has been shaped to look like some kind of golden creature, a little bit like a unicorn. If you crossbred a unicorn with a gold dragon, because it's got this long flowing hair and almost like a mustache, but it is a radiant being. Can you roll a religion check for me, please? You got no idea what this is. This is some horse creature. It's a little weird.
Oh no, not the horse creature.
Not the horse creature. All right. You step inside. And this place is surprisingly extremely quiet. Well, I mean, it's a library, but quieter than you would have expected. And you can see... Well, actually, hang on. Let's wind it back a little bit. These plants are actually all part of a topiary garden. And you can see a lot of them are crafted to look like studious individuals, elves, even some, like, there's some dwarves, panthers, a bunch of different shapes. And the simplest among them look to be very tall shapes, like spheres or something that even looks like a D20. And you step inside, where you see... All right, hang on. All right, so the interior here is incredibly tall. All of the bookshelves that are lining the walls and stretching out into the center. The building is constructed in like a cross, and at the very center of the cross is a circular welcome desk, kind of. And then above that welcome desk, you can see a gigantic chandelier that hangs down almost to the center of the floor here. And it radiates this golden light that does not look natural at all. Let me double check here. Okay, yep. Sitting in this welcome desk area here and staring down at one of his books, you can see an ancient gnome wearing spectacles that look like a pair of magnifying glasses on his eyes, and he's got long graying hair. He's draped in clothes that are way too big for him.
I wonder if he knows the old household man.
Double.
Just a society of old people with magnifying glasses.
And also, you see, for like final details here, besides a couple of very rich individuals making their way around looking at books, is a seemingly a massive staff of air elementals, and some that look like suits of armor that are kept together by air, elemental myrmidons, who are flying around as these bookshelves stretch incredibly high up the walls. And also, these bookshelves even sometimes like go up to the ceiling and curve over to make the ceiling. And yet the books don't fall out. It seems as though there's some sort of levitation magic that's keeping them in place. And additionally, you can see flying around is a small, gangly creature that looks almost identical to the imp you had found in Evexis, who let you know about the escape. What was his name? Oh my god. It was like bilious or something. I think it was bilious.
Yeah,
The
Bilious,
imp.
I remember that.
So this creature looks almost identical to him, except way more gangly, with larger hands and larger feet, and a very long nose. And he's flying around, going up to the ceiling, grabbing books, pulling them off the shelves, and bringing them down to wealthy-looking people, and just giving them, hanging them off, and then looking incredibly bored as he does this. And that is all you see at this moment in time. What would you like to do?
I would like to talk to one of the attendants and ask them where legend and myth section is.
Okay. You walk over to, there are only a couple of individuals that are working the shop at the moment, besides the lovely gnome at the very center. And they're both hobgoblins, actually. Both of them are they look as though they've been permanently sunburned. They're very tall, fairly bulky, and they've got silky, long, grayish hair. As you walk up to one of them, who seems to be using a wand to keep the books clean and just rearrange them and keep them organized, as he mutters under his breath, he turns and looks at you.
Ah, hello there. Welcome to the symposium. How may I be of assistance today?
Hello, thank you. I am looking for the myth and legend section of the library.
Spectacular. Myths and legends. Let us see here. Is there a specific title you would wish to research?
The Leftover.
Excuse me?
The legendary food recipe, The Leftover.
He stares at you for a second.
I'm not quite sure of any leftover. I know where the legends would be found here, but if you were looking for a specific title, I would speak to the head librarian at the very center. Come this way.
And he starts leading you down rows and rows of books, just checking every single time as he moves from aisle to aisle.
No, not here, not there. Ah, there it is. Legends and myths.
And he starts gesturing for you to have a look. There are rows and rows and rows of books. Some of them, they all seem to be kept extremely neat, and all of them are the exact, none of them are very different from the others. They all seem to be organized and arranged in such a way that it looks pretty much perfect.
Oh. So not on bookshelf.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, bless you.
And you're looking around for this. Sorry, go ahead.
I thanked him.
You're most welcome. If you should need anything else, I will be cleaning the books and keeping them organized. You should be able to find me. And my sister, look for her and I. We are making sure that everything stays organized for your own viewing pleasure. Oh, and also, if you find yourself with a title you would like to look into, and you would like to read, but it is too noisy out here, what with the elementals, simply head off to the left wing. There should be a reading nook for you there. It should be completely silent and perfect for you to research.
Thank you, kind sir.
You are quite welcome. And now I'm off. I must have work to complete.
He walks off. As you were looking for a book on the leftover, since it's a very specific subject, I would like you to roll an investigation check. This is an investigation one. Actually, hang on. I think there's a downtime activity for this. There might be some rules on this. We'll see. But that's for multiple days.
Yeah. I need to check his first.
Research. Okay, perfect. Nah, this is a little different. So you can go ahead and roll a investigation check here. This is a little different. The research thing is a little bit different. You're kind of in this area right here, and you know what you're looking for, so this is fine. Oh, so you're looking around, and the leftover must be very well hidden, as it is completely evading any of your investigation attempts.
One more 7 and I get
One more 7, you get a free Sunday.
a jackpot. That's what it is.
Yeah,
One more
yeah.
7, I get a jackpot.
I knew you were going with that. That's true. You've rolled 2 7s in a row. Jeez. Wait, hang on. Okay, you didn't roll for recap, but I thought for some reason that I thought you rolled a 7 on the recap too. All right, so you're looking around. You don't have any luck. There are plenty of titles here that all look fairly interesting, although none of them seem to suit your needs.
Then if I don't find anything, I will go and talk to the headmaster in the center of the library.
Okay, so you walk over to the very center with this circular, pure white desk, and there's only one person manning it right now. There is this short little gnome who is sitting actually on a pile of books that are all stacked up behind him and that have been shaped in such a way that it works as a chair. And he is engrossed in his novel, which you can see is titled. It's got a very large golden script on the front of it on the cover that reads, "Beauty is found in the eye of the beholder," and it shows 2 adventurers with swords drawn going to fight a massive, evil, dark creature that you recognize from your encounter with it a while ago, although this is a much more alive version. He doesn't even notice you at first. He's too
Silverin
focused.
wouldn't know because he never was.
Silverin wasn't there. Alex was there. You're right. You don't recognize this thing at all, actually.
Technically, Alex hasn't seen one either because of the fact that they got there after they already killed the beholder.
That's true. He probably did see the beholder's corpse, but
Only Patty, Deathcap, and Zeroth know what a beholder looks like.
Yeah, because we never went back. We never went back down that path either.
Oh yeah, you're right. So you've no idea what this thing is. So he does not respond as you walk up. Although you do see there's a little bell that is right on the counter here. Oh, this is way too intense music for this. And he's just not looking at you at all.
I will lightly tap his book.
You reach over and tap his book.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. Yes. How can I help you, my good sir? Apologies, I was engrossed in my book. What are you looking for? What can I find for you?
Hello, kind sir. I am looking for a book on the leftover.
The what now?
The leftover, a legendary food recipe.
Oh, yes. I think my auntie was looking into that. And I can't be sure she died 300 years ago. Whippersnapper!
And you see the little imp fly down from the golden dome where he was snatching a book for someone else. And the tiny imp just flies over and sits down on the counter.
Fine gentleman is looking for a book on the leftover. Do what you will to find it for him, if you wouldn't mind.
And the little imp nods, looks at you, and it holds out a small board with a piece of chalk.
Oh, yes. Please give my lovely imp whippersnapper instructions. He's Oh, what sort of book you're looking for? I forgot he is deaf and doesn't even speak our language. He has to translate through the tablet. I'm so absent-minded, I apologize.
It is no bother. I pick up the tablet and I write the leftover legendary food recipe on it.
You see the imp's face lights up for a second, as if he recognizes this name, flies up for like a second, goes to the very, very top of this dome, and comes down with a golden laced book with an emerald green cover. On the cover, it reads Myths and Legends of Culinary Interest. And as he flies down, this little imp unclasps two of the small ribbons that hold the book shut, flips it open, and points to a page reading The Leftover. Every single page is rimmed with beautiful art, like paintings, and every single word in this book is drawn in such a flowery and decadent way that it looks like this book could cost easily thousands of brands.
I put out my hand in a gesture of like thanks, and then I collect the book from him.
Okay, you collect the book from him. And what are you going to be doing with the book?
I'm going to begin reading it.
All right, so you head over to this area where you heard there are no actual chairs here, but there was the mention of this reading nook. And as soon as you step into it, it's like a small section of the library with several little chairs that are all cushioned there's actually like a ton of these almost sofa-like chairs for you to sit on and relax yourself with. You can actually see a couple of other people are sitting in this reading nook, and they're placing books onto several floating glowing discs, which then fly out of the reading nook and go over to the very central desk again, where Whippersnapper, the imp, starts putting them away and bringing out new books. And these floating discs start floating in between places and doing requests for these people. But no one's speaking at all, and that is made obvious why when you step into the reading nook. It's as though everything has just silenced. The world around you has gone quiet. It's like you feel as though you might be deaf or something. There's something wrong with you. It takes a minute to get used to it.
I like tap my foot to check.
No sound. None at all. Although this is probably some kind of spell that could be useful for concentration. You can't even hear anything outside. None of the gentle ambiance of the wind air elementals swirling around the place, keeping an eye on everybody and making sure no one's stealing anything, nor to the swift flapping of Whippersnapper's wings. Everything has gone quiet.
I nod my head in appreciation, sit down, and start reading.
All right. As you begin reading, we're going to move on to... is anyone... Okay, so Deathcap is waiting till midnight. Zeroth, Karu, Verda, and Paddywhack are all... You guys all just stepped out of the Ruby Pendant. We're going to start with the one that might take the least time. We'll see, depending on what happens here. We're going to start with Zeroth, who is looking for a... You said you were looking for, like, a tailor?
I'm looking for Verda was looking for
Verda's looking for the tailor. Okay. So let's do Verda next, because the weaponry might take a minute. Verda, could you make me an investigation check, either using intelligence or charisma? I think I know what you're going to go for.
Probably yes. Probably not charisma. But that was a saving throw. Crap.
Whoa!
Alright. Oops. That was a
Oh
saving
my
throw.
god. That's a
That is
natural 20.
unfortunate. That is an unfortunate waste of that 20.
Saving throw. Yeah,
You're good.
whoops. It said...
Are you
said
proficient in investigation checks?
Actually, no, because...
Ah. All right. So
However-
if you were, I just let you keep that. Oh, that still works. Dang.
Still
Within
pretty good.
maybe about 30 minutes of just sweeping this entire place, you find the closest thing you could possibly get to this tailor's the shop. It is a large building which has a very illustrious looking sign hanging over the door that says Ondo Balig's Tannery, Leatherworks, and Clothing Wear. Last word is very much definitely not a real word, but it does kind of fit with the very opulent appearance of this building.
Yes. Yes. Well, I know that. Then anyone would. Alright. Oh, what did I just do? I am... sorry.
You're good.
Ugh. Okay. So, she's just gonna waltz straight up and open the door, maybe a little... I don't know. She's just a straightforward little...
All right, so you open the door, pull it open, and you see the inside is decorated with many suits of leather armor and bracers that seem to be shimmering with some kind of magical enchantment, and everything looks incredibly well crafted. And it seems as though this entire place has been taken as some kind of artistry rather than some sort of practical leather workshop. And all of these different suits of armor, although they seem to all be made of leather, are all the same. Or not, no, that's the opposite of what I meant. None of them are the same. They all look very, very different. Some of them are very out there and golden colors and highlights that make it look like the sky out in the middle of the day. Others of which take the colors of the Underdark and look more made for stealthy purposes. And the most illustrious of them all is actually worn by the manager of this store, seemingly, who you can assume might be Ondo Balig himself, a half-orc who is actually very skinny half-orc, who is wearing this seemingly alive suit of leather armor. It is all... It's like it's made of shadows, just flickering across his form. And there is like his belt, which looks to be like a silver serpent, is slithering constantly around his waist. And it looks like a very odd optical illusion, as he is not moving, and his clothes are moving in all different directions. It kind of makes your head spin for a second.
Spectacular.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
I'm just kind of... I didn't really have too much to do, so I decided to look for someone who'd appreciate the craft. I'd be willing to pay to talk.
That's all right, I suppose. Can you, for kicks and giggles, can you roll me a charisma check?
Oh, shit! This is gonna be awesome. Alright.
Why would you go somewhere if you didn't have a plan?
Wow. So you you stand in this building. That's like one away from the best you can roll. That's incredible. Is that 2 19s in a row on the dice? Wow. Yeah, 19 for the 24 and 19 for the 16. Jeez. Okay, so you stand in this building. How does Verda look? What is she doing right now?
She's got, like, both hands on her hips. She's, like, got a clear confidence, but she also is a little bit... Like, obviously the outfit is a little bit rough and... yeah, she's just kind of talking to this guy with as much confidence, and she's just very chill.
You give off this vibe of someone who knows what they're doing and is incredibly comfortable in any situation, and nothing could shake them, while also giving off this sort of typical Verda intense like vibe that just works for you for some reason. And you can see that as you step in, he nods and he just leans up against the table, his arms crossed on his elbows. He's leaning on his elbows and his arms are crossed. And he says, "There's no need to pay for talking. It's just a slow day anyways. Besides, you've got a very interesting getup going on there. What is it you do for a living?"
Oh yes, I adventure. I'm an adventurer. I see that you must have some magical skills as well if you're to create such elaborate clothing. I mean, not clothing, but, you know.
Well, of course, I understand what you mean. And you're an adventuring folk. My cousin was an adventurer once. He steps up, he leans back off the table, rubs his forehead for a second. Crazy old fool. I warned him what would happen. He came back one time. He could barely walk. He had taken an arrow to the knee.
Oh my god.
I knew it.
I knew that was coming. I wrote it in the chat.
I was gonna make that. I knew you would make it.
Came back limping one day, and there was the whole goblin arrow shaft sticking out of his leg.
Oh no.
That was an unfortunate time. It took him a long time to heal, but we got him back on his feet. He went out, did it again. Same exact damn thing, same leg. Twice.
He needs to start wearing
2
armor.
arrows. He does. That's what I told him. Shin pads. Well, that doesn't really work for his leg.
Yeah. I got the feeling. I'm a little bit fast, so.
Oh. Well, I
Less
suppose
likely
that
than
works. Oh, apologies. I did not introduce myself. My name is Ando Balig, and I am the proprietor of this fine establishment and the crafter of all of these lovely fine works of art you see here.
Spectacular. I'm Verda. And that's it. That's all I am.
I see. It's a pleasure to meet you, Verda.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Yes.
See, I don't normally see too many people who appreciate. Actually, you could end that sentence right there. I don't normally see too many people. However, I also don't normally see too many people who are so adept with tailoring and that sort of thing.
I try my
actually don't know-
best.
Out of character, I don't know that much about this kind of stuff, so.
Yeah, you're good.
This is the most I've ever heard Verda speak at once.
Yeah.
Is? Well, she's passionate. I'm trying to make her less weird.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean-
Well, I have practiced for a long time, and this is my passion. I get feeling from this, you know? Just every piece is so different. It's alive for me. It's alive. And I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. And I'm just so grateful that I can do this for a living.
Yes. It is such a nice feeling, that feeling of life. It's flowing. It's a flowing kind of work, isn't it?
What do you mean by that?
It's so hard. She's gonna show him like the dead dead animal, like he's gonna be like, ah! This is gonna be epic.
He's just waiting for a
I should be
response.
laughing. I'm sorry, Verda. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. It's just the character sounds so awkward. Like,
I mean, he's a 5 charisma, so it
Oh my
works so
God.
good.
oh my god.
That's why she had a -3.
She hasn't really talked to anyone in a long time. Oh, yes!
Oh yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Like, yes! It's such a flowing work, just like your clothes are. And that flowing sort of feeling.
I don't think my clothes channel life magic. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure I know what my clothes do. They're for being worn by people, who have
No,
enough
I mean
money
the
to
ones you're
buy them
wearing.
from me.
And then I mean the ones you're wearing. The ones that have like the flowing
Oh,
patterns.
yes. That's, that one's not for sale.
Oh,
I'd
I know.
have to change.
Sorry. I would assume.
Of
Sorry.
course. No, of course. But, are you here to buy, to sell? What brings you to this part of town, to lonely old Ondo's shop?
Oh, magical accident.
Magical accident?
Yeah. A little bit to do with the devil.
What? What? Get out of here! You dealing with the devil and you're bringing it here?
No, not an accident.
Come on!
Oh, Verna, don't spill the beans on the entire thing. Damn it! I'm not there to be. I'm not there.
Right, babe.
Save
I
my
can't
ass.
do anything because Patty's not there.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear you say that, and we're gonna keep moving. But in future, I wouldn't go around saying I'm friends with the devil. It doesn't really help you out.
I mean, I don't really have that many friends, so even that would be helpful, but...
Trust me, devils are not great friends. I think my uncle might have gone and seen the devil, but who knows? He also told me he saw some sort of queen at some point. That was BS. That queen was dead by that point. Anyways, what are you doing here? Why you're coming in saying I'm friends with the devil, and now you're like, you want something to buy? Are you looking for clothes?
I make my own.
You make your own clothes.
Yeah.
That would certainly explain this getup. Where'd you get this?
Myself.
Obviously, but like, where'd all the skins come from?
The things I find.
Here it comes.
Make a deception check.
Things I
Your
find.
Uncle Jimmy.
The truth.
What check? What did you
Deception.
say?
Give me a deception check.
Oh god.
I do find them sometimes.
That's true, but it's still a deception check because you kill most of them. All right, 12. Ooh.
Not my -3 again.
We figured you out.
He peers at you. Sure you do.
I just peer back.
If you don't mind, I kind of like keeping my job and making sure that my reputation isn't tarnished by devil-worshipping murderers. So I'm going to have to kindly ask you to turn tail and find the exit sign, ma'am.
I can't read.
See the damn door? I'm going to ask you to use your two perfectly good legs and walk through that there door.
I can make them longer if you want.
Please don't make them longer. I don't need none of that. My roof is already low as it is.
Right, bye. Have a lovely day.
Yeah, sure, you too. Get the fuck out. All right, bloody hell. Things I do to keep my damn job. And the dorks swing up behind you as you leave.
I'm gonna burn the building.
What?
What?
I'm kidding. We're in a city that would burn the entire city.
Actually, hang on, Verda. Can you roll me a d20?
Oh
Wait,
god, no.
Okay. What did I do?
Nothing. Just that actually reminds me of something. All right, 11. So you start. You just leave. You.
Yep.
Do you have any plans after that one
No,
failed
I'm-
miserably?
Just trying to find something to do.
Okay. Okay.
I need to get a motivation for this character.
All right,
That's
Zara.
one.
I feel like being aimless is Verta's
Aim.
motivation.
I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna fix her. I promise. She was a good idea. She just got melted by me.
I can fix her. It works.
No, I don't think
Okay.
there's
Okay.
Rolling her. Sorry.
Well, we can
Zerov,
try keeping your social skills.
you were looking for a weaponry shop, is that correct? Something like that? And then like a magic place?
Yes.
Could you roll me first an investigation check? And if that fails, you can ask around and do like a charisma check.
Ugh.
18.
I'll take it.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god. That's really good, especially for a barbarian.
You have some experience with looking for like the smoke far off in the distance that you would identify as some kind of smithing shop, even if you usually use that smoke to identify where the next raid target would be. You do end up locating 2 smithies, and these seem to be the only 2 smithies, although looking for them does take a little while, probably takes you a few hours. You find 2 of them. One of them is called Smoke Forged Steel, which is this large, sprawling building, which you can see, it's very open. The smithy itself is open, and you can see 2 dwarfs who are both, actually, no, I'm full of shit. There's one dwarf who is hammering away at the anvil, and also a giant gold dragonborn who is operating the bellows and occasionally breathing fire, a spurt of flame, into the furnace to make sure that it is still warm. You also find another one called Garzanith Tagra's Bloodstained Blades, which is run by a female half-orc who is probably like a solid 3 inches taller than you are, which is insane. She must be around 8 feet something.
I feel like the bloodstained place is where Verta would want to have the
And
If she's nearly 8 feet, she's a lot taller than I am.
she's nearly
I'm not even.
how tall are you? Oh, you're
I'm
like
only,
the small
I'm only
Goliath.
6'11". Yeah, I'm only 6'11".
I forgot.
He's 3 times the size of Patty.
That's wow.
Yeah, 3 times the size of Patty, still a small Goliath.
Still a small Goliath, but she towers over you. But she also has like a fairly open store. But you can see like her wares, some of them look a little bit more like she's selling stuff that she bought from other people, but a lot of them look like very high quality works of smithy art, that kind of thing. Both of them have very high quality looking items for sale. It is just up to you to choose which ones you would like to investigate here.
I'm gonna go with the bloodstained blade place.
All right. So the the doorbell jingles as the door slams shut behind you as you step inside. Oh, hello. Welcome. Fine day outside. I wouldn't actually know. Don't go out very much. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Welcome to the store.
The name's Zeroth. I'm looking for somewhere to sell this great sword, and then I'm gonna pull the sword that I got from that big guy we fought way back when. Who I was sure it was magical. Take that sword out and step down, be like, I want to sell this, and I want to look around and see if you have anything either magical or just better armor or anything like that.
You got it, Captain. The name's Garzna Tagra. Pleasure to meet you. I'll be very happy to resell your lovely great sword there for a lovely price for you, Captain. All right, if you could prop that down on the table, appreciate it. And where did you end up getting that? Because it's a little, it looks a little dark.
Found it.
Found it.
Sure.
Sure, you found it. Oh.
Everyone keeps saying that.
Everyone keeps saying that. Where'd you get this? I found it.
Oh,
Where?
Venomorph doesn't walk in your footsteps, mate. But all right, that's fine. I suppose I'm a facility to do business, Captain, and I intend to keep my facilities up. So, what are you looking for? What can I help you with? Got plenty of things for you.
Do you have any axes or any armor?
Axes. axes. Let me check the back. Not sure I really deal in swords, but axes, we'll see. Are you looking for one of the magical variety? Something like that?
If you have any, that'd be nice.
Let me give you a check. Let me give it a check for you, Captain. Be right back. And she turns around and just walks into the back room. And you see, as she's walking, her shoulders are back. She's got great posture, and the door is at least a foot too low for her. And she gets within like maybe 6 inches of walking straight into the wall. But then it's as though she's very practiced with this, because at the last second, she ducks down and then swings the door open and closes it behind her. You're standing for probably like 3 minutes before she walks out, proudly holding a giant axe, which seems to be wrapped in this weird looking skin. It is stitched together, almost looks like something that Verda would want to wear. Hang on, let me just check here.
It looks like something Verda would have on her person.
Yes, definitely.
This is something I actually picked up for the purposes, very normal purposes. This is something I like to call the Giant Slayer, mate. It is a very, very powerful weapon. You'll be cutting things open left and right. Shoom, shoom, pow! They won't know what hit them.
I like the name of that. How much will it cost me?
Crisp 7,000 shields.
What the? Scam.
Well,
It is a great axe.
how about...
And I did make it
it-
myself.
That's very true. What if I were to give you... I'm going to set down that great sword, this normal great axe, and I'm going to take off my handy haversack and set it in the middle and say, I can give you all of this stuff, and we can either trade, or we can discount price, whatever you want to do.
Oh, you're giving me a backpack. Giving me a cute little backpack. I like it. I like the way you think, Captain. Also, this axe and this sword, that's a pretty good deal. I'll probably have to shave off about 2k, 5,000. And for the cute backpack, I mean, why not 30 gold? I mean, it's nice. Couple things added to it, and I could spruce it up a bit, and then it'll be right as rain.
You Zeroff, you need to demonstrate. Demonstrate what the bag.
I'm going to explain how the handy haversack works.
Just physical demonstration. Just put the weapons in the bag.
Yeah, because if I put something sharp in there, it'll tear it. So I'm gonna put a coin in there.
If you put them in the bag, they'll fit. It's a handy haversack. It's basically a downgraded bag of holding.
Yeah, but it says if you put in sharp objects, it can pierce or tear it and rupture and destroy the handy haversack.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
So as you're explaining the handy haversack, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna take
Zeroff being more knowledgeable about a backpack than Paddywhack.
Okay, I didn't know that. I've always just considered it a downgraded bag of holding. So I guess
the only reason that Zoroth knew better than Paddywhack was because weapons.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take either a piece of my armor or something that shouldn't fit, it shouldn't fit in the handy haversack, and I'm gonna put it in a handy haversack and show what it does.
So that is a really cute backpack, Captain. Can you roll me a persuasion check as you're explaining all this stuff?
Does he get advantage with the demonstration?
With a 17, he doesn't need it. So she's like,
this looks pretty damn nice, Captain. I kind of like it. All right, I see it. There's pockets. Always good to have pockets. And I mean, I can store some of my smithing tools when I go visit my grandma. That works. Sounds nice. So I'd run you back for this one. Probably knock off. You know what? I like your style. I like the backpack. It's adorable. I'm gonna give you let's say 1,000. Another 1,000 off. So 4,000 for you. How's that sound?
Don't have that much money.
Yeah, I don't have that much. I'll get back to you on that. I'm gonna leave.
You want to see anything else?
Do you have anything cheap?
Oh yeah, we gotta have the cheap stuff for you. You're a little not very liquid right now.
Not really. I kind of give all my money to the small people.
Ah, that's pretty nice. He is, I guess. You just
My
go
small
around
people
giving
need
weapons
me.
to small people.
Not the weapons, just the money.
Okay, all right. You still looking for axes?
I'm looking for something that's gonna cleave through stuff better than this one. And I hold out my normal great axe.
Got yeah. Okay, so we've got one. It's another one that's pretty much like that one. It's a little sharper. It's actually a lot better. It is a very, very nice axe. It'll run you back about 1,000 gold. It's a pretty cool one if you wanted to take that. There's another one that's even sharper. It's really good. That'll be 4,000 gold. If you put all this on the table, if you put all this stuff on the table, I would knock it back 3,000 for you and then make it 1,000. 1,000 gold. That is a real bargain. Just saying.
If only I had 1,000. I'm gonna leave this stuff right there, and I'm just gonna lean out the door and I'm going to yell just as loud as the Goliath possibly can. I'm just gonna yell, "Patty!" and try to get her to see if she can hear me.
Oh my god.
You release the most like bass, incredibly loud, booming yell as you possibly can. Paddywhack, you hear this from like across the city. It is crazy, and this makes the store owner jump like half a foot in the air, bump her head on the ceiling, like, ow, what was that for? Paddy, what's this move, mate?
Patty's the little one with all my money.
So you
So
try
under
to
the
find a
sheet.
little one in the middle of the city with all your money. You come here with no money, looking to buy a sword. It's a bit
Did you hear me?
sketchy, bit sketchy.
Did you hear how loud I was?
Yes.
Did you hear how loud I was? She definitely heard me. She's on her way.
All right, Captain, if you say so.
She's drawing on you. Anyway.
Yep. And then there's you hear a very quick crack clank, crack clank, crack clank, as Patty, riding on the middle wolf, is currently blazing through the streets towards the direction of the sound.
You were heading to Windcrester's Alchemy. You left Karu behind for a second and then started galloping your way over. Probably takes you about 15 minutes as you're on full sprint. The people are staying very far away from you. They're clearing the way without you having to even tell them to. You book it down the road.
Karu's feeling behind.
Karu, are you following this?
I'm puzzled. I'm just like, what the hell just happened? I'm just looking to pay off this. I guess I run after them. I can't pay anybody off until. Were we actually in the alchemy shop or where?
No, not quite yet. You almost made it to the. You almost made it to the
Well,
alchemy shop.
I run
and
after them then because I don't know what the hell is
happened.
going on. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna run after them.
Clank, clank,
What the
clank.
hell is going on?
Let's go.
All right, so Paddywhack, you screech to a halt. Zeroth, you're standing there for a second, and as Paddywhack dismounts and walks in, this woman is insanely tall, Paddywhack. She is like 4 times your size, and she looks down at you like she is very, very burly as well. She's probably like 4 feet from shoulder to shoulder. It's insane.
And woman.
I'm gonna look at Patty.
Very tall. Okay, what's going on?
You are very short.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Zeroth, what the heck's going on?
I'm
Why
supposing
did
this is
you?
the little one you gave all your money to.
This is the little one. Okay, Patty, listen. So, there's this axe. It's a really cool axe. It's a really nice axe. I could kill a lot of things with the axe.
How
You
much
know
is
how
it?
you? It's 1,000 shields.
Goodness.
Okay, hang on, mate. Hang on.
She brings her head through her temple and just starts rubbing. I am not made of money, and if you are doing this, then
But Patty, you are made of money. You
I
take
am.
all the money we find. You get to first.
Okay, first that was one time. One time.
I can count. I can
Twice.
count. I can count like 3 times it's happened.
Oh really? Prove it.
The beholder. When you sell the things we could sell to make money. The mind flayer. When you stole all the money out of the chest before I got to it. I'm sure there was another time. I just can't recall the third one.
You got to keep the heavy hand. You got to keep the haversack.
Yeah, but it's a haversack. I can't even put axes and swords in there.
Sorry to correct you, love. It's a cute backpack. It's not really
It's
a
a cute
haversack.
backpack.
It's a cute backpack. Stop kidding yourself. It's just a backpack. It's a nice backpack, but it's a cute backpack.
Just come on, Patty. If you buy the axe, I can kill more things. You can get more gold.
It's an investment.
Show me what he wanted to buy. Just turn to the woman. Show me what you want. Just show me what this one wanted to buy.
I was waiting for you to ask. Here you go. She produces this elegant, giant great axe. It is not nearly as tall as her nor you. It's actually almost as tall as you are. It's probably like 5 foot, maybe 6 inches long, double-sided. Its blade is constructed out of this dark metal, but also you can see that etched into the blade surface is what looks like these burning runes. These runes are very, very odd in that they're not like magical, but they seem to be filled with this strange glowing, almost magma-like substance. This right here is a lovely, incredibly sharp sword, but that's not all. I had it specifically forged with flamerin, rarest metal on the planet. That it will burn your enemies' assholes before they can even say toot sweet.
And how much would it be?
Crisp 1,000 gold if you give me all the rest of this stuff. It's a bargain, mate. Bargain. It would have been 4,000 otherwise.
That really is a bargain.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see Zeroth standing behind Patty, like shaking with excitement.
75% off if you give me all the other stuff.
You are lucky. You are very lucky. I hope you know that. You are so lucky that we went to the bank recently.
He's fist pumping and everything.
I tore out the 1,000 shields from the bag of holding.
Leisure doing business with you, soldiers. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Come back soon. Thank you, Captain. Oh, and one more thing. Hang on. She hands you the axe and also hands you this strange-looking scabbard-like thing. This goes on your back. And yeah, if you want the axe to stay an axe, I would recommend putting it back in the sheath every couple minutes. Don't keep it out for very long. The flamerin's incredibly volatile, and it doesn't stay in for too long. If it comes out, there's coolant in there. It keeps it cold in there. So even though it does burn a lot of stuff, it does have to stay in the sheath for a little while after every time you use it to make sure it solidifies again. Got it?
I just do a double thumbs up and grab the axe and the scabbard.
You are welcome. Okay, so this is if you might want to put this down in D&D Beyond for something, or like, I have not sent this or made it in the chat in the D&D Beyond yet, but this is a Flamerin Great Axe +2. So while wielding this weapon, it functions as a +2 Great Axe. So you have +2 bonus to your attack rolls and +2 bonus to your damage. And additionally, whenever you hit a creature or a target with this axe, it deals an additional 1d6 points of fire damage. However, if this fire damage also ignites anything that is not being worn or carried. However, if this axe is out of its scabbard for more than 10 minutes at a time, the Flamerin inside of it will begin to turn into a liquid again, because that's how Flamerin works. It's so hot and so volatile that it will be a liquid. It'll turn into a liquid unless a special coolant is used. And so after 10 minutes, the Flamerin will turn into a complete liquid, flow out of the weapon, and it will lose the 1d6 bonus to fire. It will just remain a +2 Great Axe. So you have to keep it in the scabbard. Afterwards, if it gets to 10 minutes, if it gets past 5 minutes, you're gonna have to put that axe into the scabbard for another 10 minutes. It's kind of complicated.
So basically, immediately after usage, put it back.
Yeah.
Especially once combat is over.
So if you have the axe out for 5 minutes, you got to put it back in for 10 minutes.
As an artificer, what is my knowledge of Flamerin?
Flamerin is an incredibly rare material. It is known as fire metal, and it is often used to enforce or really buff a bunch of weaponry, because it adds an insane amount of damage that would be used if you sliced a blade. If you slice someone with a Flamerin blade, it might even catch them on fire. It is so hot that legends say you could kill a fire dragon with the Flamerin alone, just pressing an ingot to its chest and waiting for it to melt. But that may or may not be true. You're not entirely sure. Flamerin is an incredibly strong material. It's not, actually, it's a really weak material in that it is, in its base form, it is a liquid. So in order to make it a solid, you have to put it in a scabbard or some kind of tank that has a special coolant in it that will keep it in a physical solid form to be used in combat.
Can you send that into the Discord?
I will do my best. All right, I will
Basically,
send
you
that.
have a +2 weapon that does an additional 1d6 as long as you keep it in the special sheath. And don't exceed a time limit of 10 minutes with the weapon out.
Additional 1d6 fire damage, right?
Yep. Plus 1d6 fire, which is, it's a great axe, so that's pretty good. Max damage of 18 non-crit.
Sorry. Fire damage. But Flamerin begins to melt after 10 minutes. If the axe is out for 5 minutes or more, the Flamerin.
I also love how she didn't even blink when the Beholder or Mind Flare were mentioned.
Yeah, no, she didn't. Specifically, she didn't even react in any way, shape, or form.
But yeah, it's just you are just the entire time running, not even running, walking back to Windcresters. It's just you are incredibly lucky, and you so owe me. I thought you were in danger for.
You thought I was in danger. Really?
Considering what happened to Soren in this place, are you surprised?
That's fair, actually.
Okay.
And at this point, Karhu finally catches up to them on their way back.
What is going on here?
He needed some money.
Okay.
Does this require attunement?
Nope. It is just a magical weapon that you can use. Anyone who picks this up can use it.
Okay. Awesome.
Zeroth here needed some money for an axe, which admittedly is a very good thing, but he now owes me a favor.
I'm not sure it's good to be in debt to you, actually.
Good. Then you'll pay it off quicker.
Trust issues.
Trust issue.
Trust
Trucker
issues.
enemies.
It's not even trust issues. It's just you don't want to be in debt with a kobold who hoards gold like a dragon.
Right.
True.
You don't want to be in debt to someone like this.
No. No
Okay.
one's in debt to anyone, honestly.
So we're gonna move back to Silren for a second, and then you guys are gonna get to go to Windcrester's Alchemy here. Silren,
That's completely fair.
what are you trying to find out about the leftover?
Possible hints of where it might be located or any clues that might lead to its location.
Okay, so for the leftover, you discovered that it was created in Feodoria, and that it was made by one of the most highborn royal chefs of the High Court of Aldost, which is the southernmost high viscounty of Feodoria. And the recipe itself was invented in the city of Studrik, but has since been lost to time, and people assume that someone may have stolen it and made off with it, possibly even heading far, far away. There was a legend at one point that said that someone had stolen this recipe and made their way to the Underdark in order to hide from all of the people who were trying to find them, and that they used the path to darkness, which is something in the far north of Feodoria, in order to reach this Underdark, as that is one of the sort of tears in the realms in which you can move from the overworld, quote unquote, to the Underdark. So I'm going to move us over to the Feodorian map here, and then highlight some of the locations you noticed. Okay, so we're here.
One place I'm super curious about is actually the abandoned lands.
Yeah, they're a little interesting. So Studrik is down there. That is probably where the recipe originated. And then the legends say the thief fled over to Kingris, to Brightford, through the Dale, and finally over after a long journey to the Path to Darkness, and made their way to the Underdark, which is possibly where the leftover now resides. Although this book is fairly outdated. Thank you. This book was written possibly 100 years ago.
Oh.
So things could have
Only
changed.
100 years ago.
Only 100 years ago. It's not that bad. I almost just put us to the map of Shurn. Sorry about that, guys.
Whoa, that would have scared me.
That would have been some trauma.
What is?
That would have been some trauma if I put you guys back to Shurn.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't affect Patty, but it affects everyone else who just like suddenly were insured. It's screaming for Deathcap.
All right. So that is pretty much all the information you find about this, even though it is one of the most legendary of these culinary magical items here. There's not really much that's known about it. The only lead you get is that it could possibly be in the Underdark. Kind of gives you the idea, out of character, kind of gives you the feeling of when Baldur's Gate 3 just said find Night Song and told you go into the Underdark for that, and just be like, it's just like go in there and find it, and that just Doesn't give you any direction. It might be in the Underdark, or it's not in the Underdark. You're not entirely sure, but that is a lead that you have.
And then you have the main quest say, hey, you can either go through the Underdark or over the mountains.
Yeah. And it's a little backward in that way. Because the mountains are... Yeesh.
I actually still haven't finished Act 1.
Really?
Well, I also haven't been playing for the last, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I getcha. All right. So that is pretty much all the information you find from this book. As you are sequestered away from the... Deathcap, don't worry about it. It is far more complicated than it sounds. You are sequestered in this small silence area, the reading nook. You close the book, having found very little. You just got one lead here.
Just in big bold letters, Underdark? Question mark.
Underdark? Path to Darkness?
I mean, that's at least a
The
clue.
door to darkness!
I return the book to the imp, thank him, and then I make my way... Well, what time would it be?
Right now, it's getting to about... It took you a little while to walk there, so it took you a few hours. You guys woke up at probably a brisk 8 in the morning. So I'd assume that it's getting towards midday.
All right, then I would like to go out and find some sort of, I guess, a martial arts dojo or someplace where I might be able to find a magic item for monks.
Monks, interesting. Okay.
Actually, apparently, the current D&D, there are no magic items for monks, none. But then in the new one that's coming out in 2024, we'll have magic items finally for monks.
The 1 D&D?
Yes.
Man, I don't know how I feel about 1 D&D. I really don't. But
That's neither here nor there right now, but
Yeah,
honestly,
but
just mind wrappings that will just
There's
make
things
magic
that I like
worse.
and things that I don't like.
yes, for instance,
But that's
I don't
typical
like
of
having to buy
anything.
three of the same book that have totally different rulings. Anyways, getting off topic. But yeah, that would actually be really cool if there were some items for monks. Can you roll
I'm
me?
honestly surprised that, it's just so sad that they, because apparently, Tiamat monk is Triat monk, sorry, is monks were supposed to be really overpowered or something, which is why they kept trying to tone it down, and that's why they had so much of a key point cost.
Yeah.
But they still think that it's overpowered, which is probably why they also didn't give them any items. But it's they are one of the weaker classes right next to Rogue and the Ranger.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if he needs a magic item, Patty could probably hook him up with something. Make
true.
something unique for him.
Okay, so you're looking around for something that you could use, some place where you could buy a magic item for monks. Can you roll me an investigation check, please?
Here, give me a 7.
Give me a 7. Come on. Jackpot.
No.
4. You're looking around. It takes you probably 3 hours, and you still don't find anything. You're getting hungry. This is annoying. There's nothing here, especially not in the Sapphire Spires. That place has got... You do see this large sprawling building with a red-capped roof, and it is seemingly... It's right next to the Eye Symposium. It looks to be this kind of college. It's the university. But unfortunately, you don't manage to find anything in the Moonstone Sprawl or the Sapphire Spires.
Yeah, I think it's late enough. Time to head back to our little inn.
Gotcha. Okay, so you start heading back. And now finally, we're going to go back to Paddywhack and Karu as you guys are going to Windcrester's Alchemy.
Yep.
Perfect.
Maybe have Xerox tag along because, quite frankly,
Yeah.
if he makes Patty go through the ordeal of having to go to him, she's dragging him along.
Yeah, I'm tagging along with them. Also, Finners, if you decide to check it out later, just let me know if there's anything I messed up on. I just did Great Axe +2 and then copy pasted what you sent in the
Oh, okay.
Discord to it.
So
And then
we just have
the-
to make sure that it actually
the die-
works.
Yeah, I put the dice as a modifier, so it should add the plus 1d6 roll.
Great.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay, so you guys walk into Windcrest. Oh, for the first time description for Zeroth, this building looks to be the prow of a ship on the outside that is carved out to be this beautiful shop. As you head in, the walls are constantly moving with these cogs and wheels, all made of brass-like metal. And standing behind the counter, as was last time, oh, by the way, the cogs and wheels are moving like conveyor belts that all hold these pots and these pots of like herbs or plants that are just being carried around the room. And behind the counter is a gigantic golem that is constructed out of this iron-like material, who greets you as she did last time. Greetings. I am Daisy. Welcome to Windcrest. And as she's like in the middle of the sentence, she gets cut off as a man steps out from behind, from in the back room. Windcrester looks a little different than you guys saw him last time, than how he did last time. His face is covered in soot, and his spectacles are not on currently. He still does have his metallic eye, Tim, the tiny little monodrone that is actually flying around him at this point in time. It is out of the eye socket, and it's just zipping around. And as he steps out, he's coughing.
Oh, hello. Welcome back. Oh, you've brought another friend today. Good to see. Lovely. Greetings. I am Sir Alfred von Windcrester. My pleasure.
And he wipes some of the soot off his face and gives you a deep bow.
Daisy, go tend to the explosion in the back. Sorry, misfire. It is fine now. I was attempting to craft a stronger black powder sling, and unfortunately that did not turn out so fortuitously. What can I do for you, my friends? What are you seeking today?
Well, for one, I need to pay you back for this generous gift of this ring.
Oh, stop it. It was a simple donation, but I appreciate your honesty and integrity, my friend.
Another
Anything else?
1K. Another 1K down the bag from Patty Wax.
Patty Wack is over here suffering.
It's just like my wallet is screaming at me. I need more.
Sorry, not black powder. Burn powder sling. Forgot. Burn powder.
Burn powder thing, yeah. Right, and last time, yesterday, you offered lessons on how to craft a burn powder sling, and I've come to collect, or be taught, learn. I've come to learn.
Perfect. Well, I would begin immediately, if not for the misfire in the back room. Daisy should be cleaning it up now. I would come back tomorrow, my friend, if you're searching for that, as then or at least later in the day. And this teaching of you will most likely take quite a few days. If you have the time.
Makes sense. I should have the time, hopefully. If nothing goes wrong.
Perfect. So, you are searching for... Are you searching for any sort of item? A potion, perhaps? Or some ingredients? Or even, for my good artificer friend that you are, some wares of my own personal collection?
Actually, do you have... Actually, Zeroth here recently... literally 30 minutes ago, bought I already forgot, a Flamerin Great Axe. Do you have anything that could maybe extend the amount of time it could be out of its little sheath?
Interesting. I have not seen Flamerin face to face in a very long time. That might take some research and some time, but I assume I could whip something up for you. But along with the idea of these lessons, it might take a bit of time. Tim, to me.
And the little eye flies forwards. And Zeroth, as this thing gets closer, you see that it is a small mechanical eye with little spindly metal legs and arms and 2 wings sprouting from its head. It flies over to you and looks like zips around you, getting a bunch of different angles at the sword or the axe on your back, and then flies back, zips through the air. All of its wings and limbs compress. It turns like a 180 in midair and pops right back into his eye socket. He jerks back a little bit, blinks a couple times to get it situated, and then he just looks forwards, and it fits seamlessly.
Perfect.
My jaw drops in mixed horror and disgust.
He looks at you and then nods knowingly.
It is a fun party trick. Yes, I scare all of my neighbors with it. They won't come near me. They think this is terrifying. I do it all the time.
I just find it utterly fascinating. Like, how does such a symbiosis even work?
Oh, don't worry about it. That is something I call the artificer's secret. And I don't tell anyone else. Because it is, if they found out, they might stop being scared of me. And I like the peace and quiet.
She just, hearing that, she just nods, like, yeah, that makes sense. She can share a similar sentiment.
Oh, what can I do for you? You wish for lessons, I assume? I will charge you afterwards, my friend. And unfortunately for you, this is, all of these materials will need to come out of your pocket, or at least the money for the materials for your own weapon will need to come out of your pocket. But it should be cheap, relatively. However, the burn powder, that is going to be a problem. I have not had a shipment in a little while, and I'm hoping to get it delivered in a little bit, or at least the items I could use to craft some more. However, I'm not entirely certain when they're going to arrive. You will have to indulge in a little bit of a wait, unfortunately.
It's completely understandable. Thank you for your time, Mr. Winchester.
You are most welcome. Come, would you like to browse my wares?
Sure. All right. So, what are basically his wares again? Like,
what are you looking to buy? Is there anything specific, or are you just looking around?
Just looking around, really, for myself. Like, if the lessons aren't available at the moment, then maybe something to add a little bit of just what does he have?
He pulls out a case from underneath the counter and props it down, and then he unclips a couple of latches and pulls the lid open, and you see rows and rows of vials of crimson liquid.
My own innovated potions of healing. And these are the simple ones. I've got greater levels of potions in the back. If you would like a very strong one, I've got a supreme healing potion, although that will run you back quite a lot of money, and a superior healing potion in the back as well. The 5 of those, but those are very, very expensive.
So he's got 18 potions of healing that are the basic ones that are in stock. 11 potions of greater healing that you could buy. 5 potions of superior healing you could buy, or 1 potion of supreme healing, which is all that's in stock. But that is going to run you back 1,350 gold pieces.
Yeah, I don't have that much.
The supreme healing potion is incredibly expensive.
Yeah, I figure that's basically just a full heal for a level 20 character, I assume.
It's really, it's very good.
Yeah. I have like almost 250, so honestly, maybe 8 of the regular healing potions, because Patty and Deathcap aren't always going to be able to get to someone in time to heal them. So having everyone else with at least 2 healing potions that they can just and since the rule is you can do a bonus action to take a healing potion.
Perfect. So how many? So what are you purchasing here? Sorry, I missed the first part.
8 healing potions, just the regular
basic
ones.
Healing potions. You got it.
Yep.
He
8 regular.
Pass them over.
Potions.
That is for each of those. It's 50 gold pieces.
50, so that's
That should
400
be
gold.
400. Yep, you're right. 400 gold.
Nice. Yep,
So
and that's 8 healing potions. So I'll just put 8 normal healing potions, and once everyone reconvenes again, distribute them to the people who don't have healing.
he's got some potions of resistance. 4 of those. 2 potions of growth. 3 potions of speed. 1 potion of vitality. A potion of invisibility. Water breathing. Potions of animal friendship. Potions of poison. And potions of stamina.
Growth for
I'll buy one of
Zero.
those growth out. Yeah, 1 potion of growth for Zeroth.
So that's going to run you back 270 shields.
God damn.
And remember, potions of stamina are not something you will find in the D&D Beyond or anywhere else because they're like they're a homebrew thing. Every time you drink a potion of stamina, you lose a level of exhaustion. So you knock one of those off.
How much are those?
300
I
shields
already
each.
made one of those in.
Jesus.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
Yeah, just one. I'll just buy 1 potion of growth and then just hand it over to Zeroth in case I'm not able to do our little trick.
Yeah, I already made this potion of stamina.
Oh, you did? Awesome. So if you would like to buy one of those, you can go ahead. Those are 300 shields each.
I'll just buy 1 of the growth potions and hand it
Cool.
off to Zeroth in case we can't do our normal little trick.
Yeah.
And then he's got a bunch of different ingredients for different potions or magical items. But since you guys that's a long list and probably not going to go through that whole thing. If you do you have anything that you'd like to buy from his artificer collection, like those runes of infusion?
What kind of infusions does he have?
He has the armor of magical strength, the enhanced arcane focus, the helm of awareness, and returning weapon.
What was that first one again?
Armor of magical strength.
All right. So as an artificer, I can tell what that I can.
Yeah,
I know what that.
you're familiar with that. He also has a suit of arcane propulsion armor, which I think allows you to be like Iron Man. It's scale mail that lets you. I think it's fly. I think you're allowed to fly. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So the armor of magical strength is an armor that requires attunement, and when the wearer makes a strength check or a strength saving throw, it can expend 1 charge to add a bonus to the roll equal to its intelligence modifier. If the creature would be knocked prone, it can use its reaction to expend 1 charge to avoid being knocked prone. And propulsion armor. Right. So arcane propulsion armor. Increased speed, movement speed by 5 feet. Gauntlets, a melee weapon. It can only be wielded only when the hand is holding nothing. Whereas proficient, and each one deals 1d8 force damage. So basically, it lets you hit like
Damn.
Abel was able to.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
And with a thrown property of 20 feet, a normal range, and a long range of 60, Gauntlet detaches and flies back. Yeah,
That
it
is
basically
so
gets you.
cool.
It lets you. Yeah,
Wow.
it lets you rocket punch.
That is awesome.
Yep, and if the wearer is missing any limbs, armor replaces those limbs,
Damn.
and it can't be removed against the wearer's will. So yeah, that's pretty strong.
That is very
But-
cool. It's scale mail.
Right.
So that'd be like a 17 AC, I think.
Give me a
No, it's
moment.
14. 14, and I think it's like plus your dex, I think. Not sure. Up to a max of 17?
Yeah.
Not certain.
Let's see. So there was the recall one. Enhanced arcane focus would actually be really good for Karhu, especially because he's a wizard, and yeah.
So what do I
let's
do?
see.
What can I do with this? Is this?
It gives you a bonus to your spell attack rolls, and once you reach 10th level, it'll increase to +2.
Wow. All right.
Yep. And then there was returning weapon, was it?
Yep, returning weapon. And
Yeah.
Helm of Awareness.
Yeah, and returning weapon might actually be really good for Zeroth because it. Well, I mean, it gives a +1 bonus, but you can. I think it also gives a weapon it has to be put on a weapon with the thrown property. But I mean, you could throw your. It would mean you could throw your hand axe or javelin, then immediately bring it back. You just have like an infinite, just throwable thing.
And I always end up throwing 4 javelins. Every single combat, I throw all 4 of them. Every combat, so.
You throw something every time, so just having one weapon that you can just throw infinitely would be good for you.
That's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, how much would each of these infusions run for, anyway?
All right.
Please fix this say something outrageous.
The rune of armor of magical strength will run you 1,000 shields or 100 pendants. The rune of enhanced arcane focus will be 92 pendants, 920 shields. The rune of infusion for helm of awareness will take 800 shields. And the returning weapon is a throwawayable item, really. It is 80 shields. Very easy. And the armor of arcane propulsion will run you 104 pendants or 1,040 shields.
I was wrong. That wasn't outrageous.
Yes, it's quite the bargain.
I am blowing through all of my money this session, apparently. Enhanced arcane focus and returning weapon, please.
I tell Patty wait, and I hand Patty
Patty
80.
Santa Claus.
I hand Patty 80.
Apparently, I have the patience of a saint, and I am racking up
far
all
more
the
generous
favors.
than any of us gave you any credit for, Patty.
Oh
Yeah,
no, you're
Patty.
going to be paying me back at some point.
Uh-oh.
You can have everybody under her like.
She's tallying this
gangster.
up.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
tallying all of this up. Like, we've got the 8 potions of healing. We have
Oh my
the growth
God.
potion. We have the returning weapon. So
Hey,
basically,
no,
Zeroth
hold
is
up.
now owes me 3 favors, and Karu's
Hey.
now going to owe me a favor, which I can
Not
count.
Not quite, Patty. I'm handing you 80 shields to cover the returning weapon.
You bastard. Okay.
I'm covering that one.
Pick that off your list.
All right. You still owe me for the axe.
Okay, so which one? You're buying the returning weapon one?
Returning weapon, and then we can put it on one of his javelins or hand axes, whichever one he wants.
Gotcha.
And then
I'll hand
enhanced
Patty a
arcane
javelin.
focus. Enhanced arcade focus, which we can put on Karhu's staff. His normal
Cool.
staff, not the staff of stars.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, here you go.
Alright. So
There's
how
one of
much
them-
was that? So, yeah, so how
The
much was
enhanced
the-
arcane focus is 92 pendants, so that's 920 shields.
Minus 900 what?
920 shields.
Alright.
And it does
I
this.
have remaining in my bag of holding 848 shields, and I have a pouch that holds. I have on my person a pouch with 330 of the platinum pieces and 250 of the shields.
Dang. Okay, you're still
Yeah.
pretty rich.
Still pretty rich, but oh wow, my wallet just took a hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So probably spend the rest of the day. Like I can spend the rest of the day with each of them helping to put these down onto the. Yeah.
I can't seem to find enhanced arcane focus here under the items.
It is not actually
It's
an
a
item.
handle.
It's an artificer enhancement.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
So what do I do in order
This is
to
what
do
Right
Yeah.
now,
Putting
just
a
give yourself a
thing.
+1 arcane focus. I think it's like there's a weapon for this. I don't know what it is.
I can install it. I'll figure it out. It's right here. It's a.
Basically, your staff now turns into a +1 staff, so all of your magic is now +1 to hit.
Which is pretty cool.
Wow.
And I don't know about damage. Is it damage? Or I think your spell save DC goes up.
Let me check.
What is it
Let me
called?
check.
Boom, at
Weapon.
Christmas time.
Oh yeah, it's
Enhanced
insane.
arcane focus.
Enhanced arcane
Yeah,
focus.
+1 to spell attack rolls. That's it. Oh, in addition, the creature ignores half cover when making a spell attack.
Oh wow,
Pretty
that's
useful.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and it goes up to +2 at 10th level. So 2 more levels. So yeah. At least that's how it works normally. I'm not sure if it would work with this rune, but I'm under the assumption that it does.
I added arcane focus. Now I gotta somehow make the darn thing +1.
Well, no, you already had an arcane focus. Your staff, the staff you use for magic.
Right.
Yeah, so
But
you just
he told me to add like an
add
arcane
a
focus.
+1 weapon. Just add +1 to it, and just +1 to all of your spell attack rolls and stuff.
Oh, I see. Let me see if I can do
And
that.
I encourage the Kobold Santa because I
name of it to
All right, that's
plus
not
1.
bad. Add +1. Damn, it's a 2-hit bonus, right? +1.
yeah +1 to hit with your spells, which we'll probably return to the inn and just put those on both of your guys' stuff. Yeah, and like, what do you want? What do you want for a returning weapon? Javelin, the hand axe. Which one you thinking of doing?
Javelin.
Yep. You now have a javelin that once you throw it and it hits a thing, immediately return. Once you throw it, will, after dealing damage, immediately return to your hand.
Trident.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Now I get it.
Yep. It is a returning weapon. You basically have you have javelin Mjolnir.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm trying to think.
I love Mjolnir.
I'm trying to think of how I want to make that. I just want to try to remember that one of my javelins is returning.
Just maybe give it a
Just
unique
rename
name.
it and say returnable.
What the hell?
It also turns into
yeah.
a +1. It also turns into a +1 javelin as well. So you
Dang,
get +1
Karu.
damage and to hit.
When I just rolled something by accident. I'm trying to figure out how to make this modification here in my spells somehow.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mhm.
I think there's a way we can fiddle around with this. I think there's a way you can craft that kind of magic item. It's like a +1 staff. There's a weapon for that. It's like a potent arcane focus that gives you a +1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check the DM's guide real quick.
Oh yeah, I can find potent. You said potent. Let me check
I
that.
don't know if that's what it's actually called.
Yeah, and Xeroth basically just gets a +1 weapon with a nifty little gift of return to hand.
Oh, is it a +1 weapon?
Yeah, it becomes a +1 weapon, and let's see if I can like post it down.
Hang on, let me check this.
Yeah.
What is this called? Wand of the War Mage. Yep, Wand of the. So it's a wand of the weapon of the War Mage or something.
Oh, +1. One of the more plus blood. Let me do that.
Yep,
Okay,
that's
I'll
the
add
one.
that, and that might make it easier.
That'll work. Well,
So
it'll
add
still be
that
your staff, but
What I'll do is I'll just call it Wand of the War Mage, and I'll take the quarterstaff and toss it or something.
I think you can rename the weapon. You can rename it, so
All
you
right,
can
let me
change its name to something else.
Let me just delete this thing, because this quarterstaff hasn't got to do anything. But I'll call this Wand of the War Mage, and I'll rename it or something, customize it or something.
Yeah. Once the spell
Customize the
attack
name.
roll determined by the wand's rarity. Yep, it's just an attack. Yep, it's the same thing. It's Wand of the War Mage.
Karu's staff. I'll just call it Karu's staff, and that'll be that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and I posted the returning weapon thing on the
Equip
in
that.
the Roll20 chat.
Cool. All right, that'll work. So this automatically does +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Perfect. That makes that
pretty
easy.
helpful.
Because I'm not going to remember it the minute we get into combat. So
yeah.
yeah.
It should, and hopefully it'll apply it automatically.
It should. Since
I
it's an
just took a
officially made
+1
item.
javelin. I just took
Yeah,
a +1 javelin and renamed it to
Good idea.
returning javelin.
Mm-hmm. That's about right. Yeah.
Okay.
I've made so many upgrades today.
Yeah.
You really have, and you now both Karhu and Xeroth owe Patty some favors.
Okay.
You know what? I need to make a list of just people who owe Patty favors.
So you guys are finished with your item purchasing. What would you like to do from there?
Yeah.
Well, from here, I'm very happy to get that score settled about this. And so we're just wandering around town still. Gee. Do we have anything Wow, I can't remember any. Let me go back and look at some of our old.
I'm planning on
Like-
going on break in a second here. If you wanted
Yeah.
to look on your notes there, because I got to go eat some food.
Yeah,
I know
it'll probably be a good thing to go on break now.
I know
that's a
we're
good idea.
broke. So the
'Cause
only,
we got
the only thing,
we got a bunch of issues. We have trade war mess. We've got people transforming into pigs. We've got murders in Windstone Sprawl. We've got the cartography shop thing.
We got all the bounties that we've got
Yep.
the lover, the Tuskmaster, the pyromancer.
Yep, Opal House.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just
We got a lot of little. I think what we got to do is take some of these. We got to take at least one of these little micro things on and see if we can kick some butt with our new stuff.
Maybe try looking for the Tuskmaster.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they're
we probably
pretty
need to
low
get the
level,
group.
not that big of a deal. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
need to
think
get the
we
whole
need to
group
do
back together.
he's only
and then
300
find out
shields,
what to do.
and Patty needs her money back.
It'd be fun to go kick some butt.
All right.
A little bit.
Sorry, what were you saying, Zeroth?
I was saying just get the whole group back together and then discuss what we want to do
Yeah,
after
that's
the
a
break.
great idea, Zara.
Okay. So
right.
we're gonna go on break for a second. We'll be back in a few minutes. I've thinking mug it is, and then we're probably gonna get towards the end of the day, and then from there we'll go do the Deathcap fun stuff, and then we'll do like a rest, and then the next day all of your plans will be put into action. However, I'd like to remind you guys that Paddywhack does have the lessons lined up, which are downtime activities. So if anyone else wants to spend time doing downtime activities, you might want to start checking out Xanathar's Guide to Everything, where you can find all of these downtime things, these potential options for you to perform, while Paddywhack is doing that with Windcrester. So it depends on how long you guys are going to take. All right, so we're going to be back in a few minutes. I'm going to go get some food because I am freaking starving right now. And then we will continue our session from there. Perfect. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna play some piano until we get back as well. Sorry, what were you gonna say? Okay, cool. Are you muted? Good. Okay, great. Okay. It turns it off, but that's okay.
meme.
I was muted.
Hey,
Sorry.
Belarus.
Hello. I return.
Patty White's making herself a meme.
Oh.
I'm gonna beat you with friendship, with the power of friendship, and this gun I made.
Bum 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 bum. Sorry, we'll try some really good music.
You know, cool. Everyone likes it. What kind of music?
Oh, just the Witcher 3's freaking amazing music.
Oh, I haven't played that.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a very good game. Highly recommend it.
I've grabbed my soda, but I forgot my ice.
Oh dang! All right, you gotta get your ice, man. Go ahead. There's no rush.
Yeah.
There's no soda without ice.
Yeah. So anyway, upon revision, Karhu owes me 2 favors.
Oh god, poor Karu.
Yep.
He's so screwed.
One for helping pay off his debt for the ring,
Oh god.
and one for the enhanced arcane focus.
That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. Oh, I guess
Xeroth still only owes me 1.
that's true. Xeroth owes you a favor.
Yeah, but Karhu's gonna help pay off at least one of them by helping make the Lycan dagger.
Oh god.
Yeah, he has access. He, as a wizard, has access to bestow curse.
Oh, that's
He just
true.
needs to learn. Yep.
That's true.
And then he can also recharge the werewolf tooth.
You're not wrong.
Yep. So he helps you with those. At
Sorry.
least one of his favors is paid off.
Damn, you're like holding him hostage. You're like the freaking warlock patron.
No. I'm simply a business kobold.
Business kobold. Yeah, no, warlock patron. I'm hearing some warlock patron stuff right over here.
It does sound like the Warlock patron.
Yeah.
I am not.
With extra steps.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in the future if I get enough power.
Oh god.
The power of money. I curse you to do my bidding.
But in return, I'll give you infinite eldritch blasts. Good trade.
It's good. In return, you can have this gun.
Oh, eldritch blast is so good in freaking Baldur's Gate.
Oh my god, Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
with the repellent blast.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
My first
haven't
character was Rainan Osiris, the Bard Warlock, and I could the only spell. I was so horrible in the end game. I was really good at talking to people, but I was pretty much I was very, very bad at combat. The only thing I could actually do was like Eldritch Blast, and that was still pretty effective. But good lord, my party had to carry me.
Still have not played that. Still haven't played it yet.
It's another game I very much highly recommend. It is so good.
I'm playing
So far,
I just haven't had the time. I mean, I have work, I have college. I just haven't had the time, and I keep picking up games that I just like. I was playing Lego Star Wars, the complete saga on the PS4 with the stream service, and then I finished the levels and I realized, yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. Then I picked up Prey. That's a really good game. You should check it out.
Ooh, right, I've not heard of that one. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Silver?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're
No,
fine.
I was gonna say that my playthrough on the Sorcerer has been my favorite so far. I was like kind of going through each of the different classes.
Yeah.
I've only played like 4 of the classes so far, and Sorcerer has been my favorite so far.
I'm currently just very casually doing another playthrough because I beat the game, and I was so sad because it was so much fun, and I was like, oh man, I don't want it to end, dude. So I just
And then you realize, wait, I can go through it
I
again.
can play it again as a sorcerer, except I played like 70 hours of the early access. So Act 1 was like, I just had to play through that fast, but now I've Baldur's Gated out. I'm cooled down so I can go through and enjoy it again, but
Yeah.
man, it's
Also, Prey. I would recommend a playthrough of Prey, though on console. Not on console, on PC, not console, because Prey on. Like, I'm playing Prey on console, and the hardest part of it is the camera, because I have to do it. Yeah, on PC it's easier because it just follows your mouse, but on console it's a separate stick entirely.
I usually use PC with a controller. That's just the way I like to play RPGs. And if I can play your game with a controller, I will play your game with a controller.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend controller for Prey.
Gotcha.
But however, like, if you see like with the enemies of Prey, actually would make pretty good D&D enemies.
Dang.
Yep. Like,
Okay.
It would.
I cannot wait. I just come back. I've been thinking about, everybody knows where Patty got her wealth from sort of pilfering large piles of treasure without the party.
It was just the one. It was just the one.
That was
Are
a
you
huge
sure about
plunder,
that?
though. That was a huge plunder, Kleptic.
Yeah.
It's huge plunder. It was
Why do you think the nickname is Kleptic Kobold?
I know, but that's going to be fun to see how it plays out, because I think that it's not that the party didn't know. The party knew this, so it's like,
Yeah.
I think that the point is Patty's
Very
going to be trying to, like, I don't know, she's going to be trying to, like, push the favors, and I wonder what the party's going to do. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, yours is going to be very simple. You're going to help me make the Lycan Dasher.
Oh, I'm probably going to do that just out of the freaking curiosity myself. That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Well, hoping you would get rid of one of your favors.
Oh my god. All right, we'll deal with the favors in a bit.
No, this
Anyway,
is definitely a.
I'm just now, now what I'm really interested in, just as a player, is all of these things that we've done in the past that are going to come around and shape the dialogue, shape the whole, shape the story. Like this thing with Deathcap.
Oh, yeah.
Good lord.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
this
God.
is like, we're getting into that. So yeah.
Yeah. That is something that I am so
This is going to
interested
be
in.
very interesting. Okay, so last we left off, you guys were all reconvening at the Singing Mug. All of the different. Oh, sorry, I forgot Zeroth hasn't been here. The Singing Mug was once an ancient dwarven palace that has been rebuilt and like renovated and is now owned by a very wealthy dwarven family. And the name is literal. Is like they took it in a literal way, because flying and like dancing across the ceiling are these like plates, dishes, and utensils that are all belting out magical song. And it's like they can make the sounds of tavern music, full on like lutes and lyres and instruments, and also voices. So the Singing Mug is constantly filled with the sound of these dishes, letting out this wonderful array of musical prowess. Okay. So you guys...
Basically, the Singing Mug is just constantly having Be Our Guest played 24/7.
Yep.
Yep, that's...
Yes.
That is in my mind the entire time, and you will not stop me from thinking it.
Yep, fair.
You practically asked for that to be the theme song of the Singing Mug.
You're not wrong. Okay. So, you guys find a table. You have a seat. It's a pretty big table because there are 6 of you guys now. And what would you guys like to do? You're probably having a chat now, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you gonna order any food? Any drinks?
Yeah, probably.
All right, lovely. Anything specific or just like a small meal?
Small meal, probably.
Cool.
It's midday, it's a lunch.
Yeah, okay. So that's fine. We're not gonna have to go through the whole menu again, like last
Yay.
time. So if you could just say you bought something, it'll run you probably about. Since this place is a tourist attraction, that's the whole thing about the Singing Mug. It is a tourist attack. Yeah, definitely. It is a tourist attraction. So just paying for one of these meals is probably going to run you back about probably 11 shields each.
Oh.
Gee,
I'd rather go hungry,
yeah,
I guess.
like Disney World, Dwarven Disney
It is
World.
Dwarven Disney World, yes.
11
Oh
each.
my god, that's why they're singing. It's literally Be Our Guest.
Oh my god.
Oh, let me tell you about Disney World. I went to the 3 broomsticks at Harry Potter
Oh, no.
Universal Park. Dude, the food's terrible, but it costs so much money.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
At
It's
least
the
somebody got
worst.
butterbeer.
Yeah, which was okay.
Okay, that's good. But geez, yeah, I hate that. It's charming.
That's
It's charming you to spend
It's
more
cool.
money.
yeah, it's cool. It just
That's
costs so much money.
accurate. Yeah. Wait, so who's paying this time?
I'm
That's
just not
per
gonna
person, by the way. It's 11 gold a
Yeah,
person.
11 per person. Yeah, so that's 66. Who's paying 66 gold pieces?
55 if Ferret is not eating.
eat. Yeah.
Ferret is going hungry.
I
Oh,
paid.
And
I'll
while
pay for my
we
own.
here,
Okay.
figure probably.
I'll pay my
distribute-
11.
Oh, I've done it before.
I'll pay 11.
I don't think anyone else is willing to give Paddywhack any more reason to ask for a favor.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty. I mean, Patty is very serious about her favors, but at the same time, I also know.
Oh,
I mean,
have good
look,
berry.
it's pretty clear to us about the actual economy of the situation that there's a
Oh,
massive
Deathcap's
amount of
not
money
there.
that she just took by putting it into her bag while everybody else was standing there. But we all killed the same monster, so it's not like she actually owns any more money than we do. She just holds on to it. So we're not really that. I mean, this is secret. This is
Right,
actually,
you let her-
it's not something I'm saying to Patty,
Yeah.
but I don't think I have any compulsion to.
Yeah.
Okay, there are actually
Okay.
5 of you.
Okay.
Ferret is not eating, and Karu and Karu's paying for himself because Deathcap is not
So
here.
am I.
And Zeroth is paying for himself. Zeroth,
Yeah,
I'm not
Deathcap
used to
is-
you being here. It's awesome.
Also,
Yeah, dude, I love it.
Yeah. That means
Deathcap
I'm
is
only.
conspicuously missing. Is he missing?
Yes.
Where's Deathcap?
I have
Deathcap.
good berry, by the way.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you can just
Yeah.
cast Goodberry.
Let me see.
You have it. It's a
Let me
first level
see.
spell.
I'm wrong. I don't know why I would have it, actually.
I mean, you're a wizard, which would be surprising to me.
I do not have it. I thought I did. I don't know why.
26. Alright, yeah, I'll pay for myself and Soren. This, like, I only call in favor for the big stuff.
Okay.
That's the thing. I only call in favors for the big stuff. Oh, yeah, and I distribute the healing potions to everyone that does not naturally have healing magic. So, Soren, Karhu, Zeroth, and Verta, add 2 normal healing potions to your inventory.
Oh, thank you.
All right, she's not so bad, that one.
Yeah, no. This is more insurance. This is the insurance policy in case neither me or Deathcap can get to you guys to heal you.
Ordinary potions of healing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find them, but it won't.
Mm.
Let me see.
You how do you have Goodberry?
I
Oh,
don't.
she doesn't.
I made a mistake. I think I was thinking of another character.
Yeah.
How do I? Okay. What about?
Mm-hmm.
How do you? I'm just struggling for the most basic of technology.
Yeah. But yeah. Yep, there's the insurance policy in case neither me nor Deathcap can get to you guys, and you guys are getting low. Especially you, Karhu, Verta. Yeah, especially you guys.
Yeah. So the squishy ones.
Okay, as you
Yep.
guys walk into the tavern, it is the same table that you went to last time. Except on the subject of Deathcap, you find a few items there. You see this staff that is resting up against a post nearby the table that you recognize as the staff Deathcap fashioned when meeting Abernok a long time ago. Sitting there, resting up against the wall. And also, hang on, let me just double check so I know what I'm doing here. Hang on. Finding it. Jesus, sorry, I'm losing myself here. Right. Okay. And resting right underneath that staff, pinned down so that it won't go anywhere, is a stack of leaves. large, almost look like maybe saffron. And they all hold pictures and writing. Most of them are scribbled on in a very simple, basic chicken scratch hand that tells some very familiar stories that have also been titled History with Karu. And at the very top, on the very top of these leaves, is a sheet that has 6 figures on it, 6 people standing there. One of them is a tall, burly figure with hair that looks like fire. Although where eyes would be normally, there are 2 scribbled X's, as if the eyes have been crossed out. There's also a picture of a very regal-looking individual wearing a steel pauldron, and right above that is written "Bye," B-Y-E, as in goodbye. And the only other figure that stands out to you is the squat little goblin who's been scribbled out.
Oh.
What?
No!
You can see the rest of them there. And you can see
This doesn't
something
bode well.
through the first leaf. It's as though there's something perhaps on the back.
So, oh my goodness. What do you guys think of this?
So like there's something on the back. Maybe flip it over.
Yeah.
You know, I assume Karhu's the one that's holding all of this because he's the one that.
Yeah. Flip it.
Flip it over and you see this odd language drawn in a much finer hand than the others in the history of Karu works. These letters formed on the back of this leaf, and it's almost as though they weren't written with the same ink. It's as though they were etched into the leaf itself, as if it had grown this way. What languages does everyone speak?
I've got Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Common.
Whoa. Let's try that again.
No,
Paddywhack.
everyone repeat.
Yeah, everyone repeat. Paddywhack, what languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Not Alex. Silren, what do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Halfling.
Okay. Karu, what do you speak? Which languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarvish, Infernal, and Orc.
Orc. I love that. It's funny. I love it. And Verda?
Undercommon and common, because I'm apparently
And Zeroth.
it's lingual.
Common and giant.
None of you recognize what this script says. You don't even recognize the language. It's as though this
Sometimes
is an
it's
old
possible.
forgotten text.
Sometimes it's possible, even if you don't speak something, it's possible to recognize what language it is. We don't even recognize
No.
the script.
This script seems alien to you.
What?
It's as though it is some sort of subdialect of the primordial speech. Or like some sort of prime script, some sort of celestial, but with a lot more flicks and strange little accents to it.
I think it's not. It's you guys. This is a bit too much of a coincidence. Looking at the figures on the other side of this.
Didn't mean to ping that.
Right? I mean, this seems like a bit of a coincidence. I mean, it's a bit too much to be coincidence what that other side looks like. Right? Am I just imagining this?
No, you're definitely not. But, I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, that small goblin-like figure that being scratched out.
Okay, yeah, that's Deathcap.
Right. Why scratched out?
He did. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No, this looks way too prepared for it to be dead. For him to be dead.
How old is this?
It's hard to tell.
I can't tell at all.
I would say make a survival check.
I mean, even if it's in a range of yesterday to 2,000 years ago, that'd still be
That's something.
I've got nothing.
Well, it's somewhere between yesterday and 2,000 years ago.
But wait a second. That's survival. Why a survival check?
Survival to figure out when something was written down. That's a little bit more of investigating the natural way, or you're peering. It's like how you would track a creature. You're trying to track and investigate how deep this writing is, how much it's faded, something along those lines. Somehow, like how the weathering has affected it, something like that.
Right, okay. That seems a little strange to me. This is a survival check, but that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know any other check that it would be. Let me see. I think there's something in Xanathar's. There might be something in Xanathar's.
All right.
Yeah.
But for right now, we'll keep it as survival.
Okay.
I'm just gonna peer over.
What does this guy represent?
Yes.
I point to the spot where the flame-haired individual with X in their eyes. Who does this represent?
Yes. So I recount Ben Ramzik.
Satan.
No,
That's not Satan.
The guy we.
Ben Ramzik, Nurgleblade. This guy was with us originally, and he was struck down.
Oh,
in fact,
right.
He's the guy right before we met you, actually, Patty.
Coincidentally. Definitely not the same place. Sorry.
Right. I forgot. Sorry.
No,
Kind of
no problem.
The whole situation. Forgot there was actually someone else there.
Yes, but the thing, I'm quite concerned now. So what is it? What is it? I mean, there's the only one. We have X out eyes on.
Yeah. Do we recognize any of the other individuals on it? Because you said there were 6.
Yes.
The
You
one that
recognize
says,
one of them
the
as
one that says "bye"
Bye. Yes.
would be Alex, wouldn't it? Because I was there when Alex
Yep.
was around when he left.
Definitely
Yes.
Alex.
So we have the recall the shapes. Now we've got-
You've got another
there
individual who is very spindly and is wearing a strange bird-like mask.
Yeah, guess who that is?
The other is
wait, hang on, I
a
was right.
studious-looking individual who is draped in long robes and carries a staff.
That would be me.
Maru, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, so I wish we could tell how old this thing was, because are we being tracked now? Because if we're being tracked now, we've got to get our hands. We have to find Deathcap.
And what's the last figure?
Yeah.
So we've gone through Deathcap, Ben Ramzik, Alex, Verda, Karu, and Zeroth. Oh, Zeroth, of course. And then there's also this hulking, burly figure who seems to have been exaggerated a little bit, as though he was taller and larger and more strong than in real life. Almost like he was being bolstered to give him a little more confidence that he's not really the smallest Goliath out there.
They're like, you're okay, man. We'll kill you, but you're nice. Don't be unconfident. Show some confidence.
Huh.
I don't think we're being tracked. Or hunted.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure we're being tracked and hunted, but I don't think this is a sign of us being tracked and hunted.
Okay.
I see.
Yep. If you were to determine how old this was, you would need a set of calligrapher's supplies.
All right.
That's how you could figure out when something was written down.
Well,
Is
good
any-
to know, because I don't have that.
I know, like, what? What is this anime plot point where the main character just happens to have the perfect tool for the job?
Yeah.
Especially it being the Goliath. That would be the best part.
That would.
And Patty just like forges through her bag of holding and pulls out exactly what we need.
Well, I can't do that, but I can take an hour to make one, but I
We'll be an
don't
hour
have
older.
proficiency in it. I can make it, but I don't have proficiency in it. But there's writing on it. It looks like it might be a goodbye letter. But maybe Deathcap forgot that none of us can read his handwriting.
The hour begins to draw late. The sun
Gotta find him.
dips down below the horizon.
We should find Deathcap. Does anyone know where he went?
He's a goblin, but goblins, they're kind of notorious for disappearing when they want to.
Yes.
But wait, what about that guy? What about that other goblin? The one that
That sketchy motherfucker.
Yeah.
What about that other goblin? Maybe if we can find that guy, we might
Yeah.
get answers.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we're any farther on that tracking.
We could try to find out. We could try to look. Where did he? We have no knowledge of where Deathcop would go. Right. We overheard nothing.
No, nothing.
We have no idea.
Know anything about him? Literally, we have none of us. Does any of us know how to locate a specific object or a spell or locate a creature? Like, does any of us know those spells? Because I certainly don't.
Like these kinds of.
So we could find something that's on his person. We could locate him, but
Right. Let me see.
we may need to split up and search for clues.
I'm feeling more and more the higher my level gets, this sort of weakness of being a walking machine gun.
This is why we take utility spells, everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, of course,
You can
Deathcap has both those spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got to see if we can figure out where he is. We got to go to this. I mean, something's going to happen to him if we're not careful. This doesn't bode well. The fact that he's not here and we have this note.
This is weird.
Terrible.
We need
So
to be
let's
able
go.
to
Where do we go?
as fast as possible.
Where did we actually meet them before? Was it the Dependent? Where was it?
Longstrider?
It was the singing mug.
Singing Mug again. So we don't see any dwarven anybody at the Singing Mug, right?
Who are you looking for?
Dwarves of any kind, just to see if anybody knows that dwarf.
Goblin guy.
Goblin guy, not dwarves. Goblin.
That's what I thought. I was
Right,
like,
goblin.
what dwarf?
What
Okay.
dwarf? I'm not thinking. No. I remember the. Yeah.
The fancy one, yeah.
Yep, the goblin?
You should put up to cover more ground.
I need you to make an investigation check, please.
Ooh,
Yeah, the goblin. Yeah,
Anyone
he's
who's looking for the goblin.
All right.
yeah, she's gonna look for the goblin. Like,
God
if we're splitting
damn.
up and searching for clues.
Damn,
What was it?
hard.
I'm having terrible
All right.
luck.
Not
You
the
have
best.
been having terrible luck. What the hell?
A 2 is worse than anything because
I
God
got
darn it.
Silver,
Not better,
Silver,
but
that's a 7.
That's
No.
my 7. I had a 4 before.
I'm somewhat good at
You got
this.
the
What
worst
hell?
lottery. You won the worst
Sarah,
lottery.
Hit it off
Sarah,
nat 20 until it went to
Sarah,
a
don't
2.
do the
No, that
search.
sucks.
Yes.
Okay,
I have a
It's-
14.
almost even to your 14. There's no sign of this goblin person.
Well,
I'm
do we
not
know where
serious,
would
seriously.
where did
Holy
no, hold
shit.
it.
Oh my god!
I'm
Okay.
not serious, this always happens.
You're the lifesaver! Point us to the Deathcap!
I'm dead. I'm not a lifesaver.
Well,
I'm
Verda,
dead.
you're looking around here, and there's only one thing you spot because you rolled really well. It's as though this place has been, I mean, it's been a day, and there have been individuals coming in and out, bustling about, and keeping an eye out for things, but you do spot something out of the corner of your eye. That is a small scrap of leather.
What's that? Over there.
Pinned under one of the stools.
Ah,
Yeah.
so pick it up.
How did I not notice this? I'm the closest to the ground.
What is it?
Yeah, like,
And inspect it. Inspect it. Pick it up and inspect it.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
push myself
hmm.
through the crowd over there. I suppose there's a crowd.
Luckily, we'll see if one of the new functions, we'll see if one of Fenrir's functions can maybe help with this.
That's
I shall
perfect.
inspect it, maybe.
Yeah. Have
Even
Fenrir
to
track-
Verda, this thing reeks. But not of goblin. Like, not the typical stench that you're used to. Even as an undead, this is an incredible... Goblins are very... typically very stinky. Not of mushroom either, but of cinnamon, of paprika, and of one other unidentifiable spice. I need you to roll a history check for me, Verda.
Alright,
Actually, also cardamom. So cardamom, cinnamon, and paprika.
Okay, history? I don't know how well that will go. Let's see.
Well, it's
Well,
an
pretty well.
intelligence thing, so it's that's good. It's good.
This is the scent of a drug.
What?
Very,
Whoa.
very expensive drug that can be cooked to a shiny golden perfection and used, well, when baked, to give a nice little tangy taste. This is the scent of pipe dream powder.
Oh.
A very expensive yet legal drug that noble people will seek from anywhere and everywhere. And if this cloth smells like pipe dream powder, this must have been some very wealthy person indeed. And not only that, but you spot, kind of conveniently, drawn into this leather is a strange symbol. That of it's like a serpent's skull
Ooh.
with a crystalline eye, like a gemstone. The skull having been pierced by a dagger.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is. Have we seen this symbol? Wait. Looks very.
Any recollection of that symbol?
None.
None.
I'm gonna pocket that because I want to sew it on later.
Okay, you pocket that.
It's leather, so it's within my brand.
We might be able to use that symbol to find out where Deathcap has gone. I mean, how do we know? Do we know if there's anything to do with Deathcap? We don't know that.
You've got no
Well,
idea
it's
if this
too-
is something to do with Deathcap. It's a very odd symbol
Most
that you've
of
never
course.
seen before.
Well, Deathcap is
Yes,
rich.
Wait a
He
second.
is?
So why? I mean, she found this, but there's no indication that it's connected to Deathcap. She just
None.
picked it up.
No, but it's way too convenient that it's actually here.
Right.
There must be a plot.
No, but that symbol might be
Literally.
here. I don't know what the symbol is going to be doing. Like, what would we do? We're looking for any sort of clue whatsoever. We don't know where he sat.
Wait,
Right?
wait,
Did we see
wait,
where it's at?
guys! Remember yesterday, where when the guards came, They said that the two people that the criminals were from the Black Creed.
Ah,
Oh yeah. What does that have to do with snake skulls?
What if that's their symbol?
Did we
And
see
that goblin from yesterday, the one that was talking about Deathcap, thinking back on it, he was actually a little. He looked strangely opulent, especially for a goblin.
ah. That's interesting. He could afford the pipe dream powder, is what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's got-
It's
got
quite
to be-
possible that Deathcap's with the Black Creed. It's
He-
way
he
too
was-
much of a coincidence that leather scrap with that symbol would be here. So it's either a setup, or he's gone, or someone from the Black Creed came and
And
maybe
absconded
took
with
him.
him. Yes. He may be captured. I mean, since when has Deathcap not been with us? He would be
How do
perched
we-
on top of Zaroth right now. Typically.
As soon as he says that, the perched on top of Zeroth part, my response is I would respond with, where is the Black Creed? How do we know anything about where they stay?
I don't know.
Let's check the map. We check the city map, which
Yeah.
we
Right.
They
have.
are not.
We-
The sanctuaries are not there.
Yeah.
They're not
On the
inscribed
map.
onto this map.
Everywhere.
We have to ask around. We have to figure out somehow. I bet this is not going to be something we're going to be able to do without asking some shady characters.
Oh,
But I'm wondering-
everywhere.
I'm wondering whether for some reason there was a hit on him, because why is he scratched out in those? And I'm very puzzled by the primordial and the celestial. I don't know if this was just a made-up language, like a code language for the Black Creed, perhaps. Hey, you know who we could ask? Is that lady who we captured? She was from the Black Creed.
And we can also ask that one shady guy who, was trying to bring you into the alleyway.
Guy who's trying to
Definitely help.
sell you spine.
Yeah.
But we do. The quickest we can do is try to find out whether that prisoner, that prisoner was from the Black Creed. One of them was.
Mm-hmm.
We could request an audience since we were the ones to capture that person.
As midnight draws nearer and nearer, you guys find yourselves getting more and more tired, worn out, exhausted.
We've dealt with more than this before, though.
If
Staying
you
up till
try
midnight.
to continue to stay up here, if you stay up past midnight, that's longer than you're going to be able to work effectively. You're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw or gain a level of exhaustion.
All right.
Oh, hell no.
Well,
Something too important to miss sleep on.
I
yes.
already sleep poorly.
I hope wherever Deathcap is, he's not getting hurt.
I think this is a very bad problem. He's not here. We've got to see if we can find him. There's no one here can track. He had the best chance of tracking anybody. This is horrible.
I mean,
We need to hire a private investigator. Sorry. I'm sorry, I have not the right attitude for any of this.
We
Have
we
we-
have an idea at least, and
Have
we
gone
need
to-
we need to be in as much tip-top shape as possible to find him.
Is it possible we could find a scroll with a spell that could find Deathcap, perhaps?
Perhaps our friend at the Winchester perhaps could help. Wincrester, I mean.
Maybe Mr. Rincrester.
Maybe you could help.
Maybe.
We're still in the singing mug, right?
Yes.
Right.
Is there any shady individuals in the singing mug that I can see?
Make a
Good
perception
idea.
check.
Oh my god! I thought we had just gone back to the inn we were at before. No, okay.
No, not quite.
Oh, there ain't nobody in the singing mug.
Actually, there are plenty. Everyone
Darkness
is
dumb.
turning and looking at you, Zeroth, over their shoulder. Everyone is shady. Everyone's watching you.
Everyone's
have
doing it
fun.
at the same time,
Yeah,
looking at
Karu.
it.
You realize no one's really doing that. They're just looking at Zeroth because he's a Goliath and he's kind of
Oh,
freaky looking individual.
Yeah.
He's so
However,
big.
Yeah.
you do spot one person in the back of the room. A strange looking character. Feet propped up on the table, smoking a pipe.
All right.
And
I
draped
asked
in dark
Verta,
letters.
give me that symbol. Verta, give me that symbol.
Okay.
The symbol, the
There you
symbol.
go.
Give me the symbol.
Like, gonna rifle through my pockets. I'm not sure which one was what I put it in, so it's gonna take me a moment. And then I hand. I've been like, here you go.
I have it. Okay, I silently walk across through the throng and up to the table where that guy is sitting. And I silently put the symbol down face up on the table so that he can see it. What does he do?
He lets out this long, cackling laugh before you can say anything.
Karhu Sarvi.
Oh no, he knows his name.
I was waiting for you.
It's a devil.
He stands up, pulls his hood back to reveal a completely bald head, his face covered in tattoos. He throws his robes down.
Shit, it's the Red Wizard of Thay.
His skin is tattooed crimson all over. And as he grabs at the center of his chest, he rips his clothing, he rips his tunic straight off. And underneath you can see this giant circle glowing and pulsing.
Oh no.
And as he steps forwards, he steps up onto the table. And you can see that this orb has 11 stalks all around it that all end in strange circles. And as it glows and gets brighter and brighter, everyone in the tavern starts to turn and look and be confused as this individual's clothing changes color. It is now pure crimson.
Do I recognize this friggin' guy?
This guy in particular? No.
Well, this guy knew who I was. Do I not know who he is?
You recognize the chant or the call he cries out as he screams, "For the Pyromancer!" You all have one turn to react. What do you do?
Dodge.
Dodge.
Karhu,
out of his hand.
guard. Karhu, you have. You can add. I use my reaction to add my intelligence modifier of 5 to your dodge roll.
All right, I'm be dodging. Yeah.
Yep, it's like, yeah, this is likely going to be I think this is going to be a fireball, so I'm preemptively.
Yeah.
I'm doing. Karhu, dodge! And,
Yeah, I'm dodging.
and then ducking under the table.
Diving and rolling. I grab that symbol and dive and I roll out of the way.
As you dive out of the way, this strange cultist-looking individual begins to swell. His skin begins to bubble and tear. He doubles over, starts screaming and gargling, and then his back arches. He throws his chest forwards as he erupts in an explosion that engulfs almost the entire tavern, or at least a good portion of it. As this
Freaking
fireball it explodes, I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
I want to add that.
Karhu, add
could I
plus
have
5
a-
to yours because I specifically targeted you with a dodge.
You added me a +1, you said?
Plus 5.
+5, I'll take it. Yeah.
What were you
Yeah.
gonna say, Zeroth?
This +5.
Could I dive over and try to
Okay.
cover the?
Ten.
But was Karu still holding the picture that we think Deathcap drew?
What are you trying to cover?
If Deathcap's picture was still on the ground, I want to try and jump over and cover that.
You
Yeah.
leap over and can cover that easily. You can go ahead. You're good.
I got a 10 total.
10.
Can I have
Because I have-
advantage since I ducked under the table?
It goes around the table. Like this fireball goes around corners.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
it
And I-
erupts.
Alright, dex saving throw. Normal dex saving throw.
Thank God I got it. Thank God for advantage. Or thank God for
14.
advantage.
Crap. Oh wait, I gotta also make one for Fenrir as well.
Yep.
And it's just
The individuals in the tavern begin to scream and shriek as they are all engulfed in this fire.
Oh wait, no. Yay. There we go.
And you, Karu,
Oh my
you actually recognize this spell as in the center of his chest before had been this bead of flame that began to grow and swell as he waited. This is an incredibly powerful spell that you know to be Delayed Blast Fireball, which grows more powerful as the spell takes longer and longer without being affected. Okay, Karu, Silren, Verda, and Fenrir all take 48 points of fire damage.
I'm dead.
Shit. I'm also dead.
Zeroth, hang on, Paddywhack got a 14. Paddywhack, you also take 48 points of fire damage.
I took more than half.
Hmm?
I took more than half.
You live.
You took more than half your health? All of you
So-
who took more than half of your hit points, I forgot about this, but we're doing massive damage. I need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw, because this is definitely more than half your hit points. And Zeroth,
Yeah,
you saved, you take
All my
24.
goddamn hit points. All my
Yeah.
hit
I'm
points.
going to die.
24.
Killed me. Yeah, you took more than all of my hit points.
That's fine, you're
it's gone.
unconscious.
I'm dead. Okay.
Well,
Oh, I'm at 27.
All right,
Oh,
let me
good
get the
job.
lingering injury table.
Oh! Oh, okay, this is gonna be awesome.
20!
Nice.
Honestly, lingering injuries are
Yep.
also really
They're really cool. Okay, so the DC is 15. Silren does not receive a lingering injury, and Paddywhack does not receive a lingering injury. But Karu and Verda, you guys are going to be taking one of these.
It's one off. Okay.
If any of you lose a limb, don't worry. I have another
20.
one for you.
Oh,
maybe I'll
thank
burn
you.
that damn arm off.
Actually, that's actually pretty close because Karu, as you dove backwards, you landed on your arm and it twisted
Oh.
and it
that
snaps.
sounds
As you've broken your hand or your arm. You can
Ah.
no longer hold anything with two hands. You can only hold a single object at a time. The injury heals if you receive magical healing and take a long rest. Alternatively, you can heal after somebody sets the bone with a DC 15 medicine check, and you spend 30 days doing nothing but resting. But that's like, you guys have magic healing, you'll be fine. Verda,
Yeah.
74. Let's see where this goes. You have a punctured lung.
Oh,
You can
I knew
take-
this was gonna happen.
You can take
How does that
either an
happen?
action or a bonus action on your turn, but not. Well, here's how it happened. Someone left their sword out as they were
Oh,
going.
come on.
It fell out of their sheath as they were running, and Verda dropped and landed, or even like a freaking butter knife. And you dropped, landed on this butter knife, and it punctured your lung. You can either take an action or a bonus action on your turn, but not both. The injury heals if you receive magical healing and take a long rest. if
Okay,
you-
I don't even use bonus actions, so.
So
Alright.
I don't think anyone had 48 double 48 hit points. I think Deathcap, you might be the only one who had double that amount of hit points. Zeroth did not take a lingering injury. He took 24 damage. And as the dust settles, the entire tavern is scorched. The tables
God
are on
damn it.
fire
Hey.
and blazing where this cultist had been standing. You can see this circular sigil, that the same one that was blazing on his chest, a circle like an eyeball with 11 different stalks around it, all of which that hold, actually 10 different stalks, all of which that are ending in this circle.
What a jerk.
Everybody call in!
Yeah.
Charred corpses are strewn across the ground.
Oh shit,
from
that's
people
bad.
who have just were drunk and couldn't move, or didn't have time to move, to people who were scrambling for the exit, but it was clogged and they couldn't get through fast enough.
Shoot, we're gonna get blamed for this.
Although some
Well, I don't know
individuals
about
have
that.
escaped. The
I think it's
tavern is
pretty
now
clear
on
we didn't
fire.
blow it.
Oh
Get out! Get out! Run!
Alright, Federer's still up, thankfully, though he's very melted. Hey, so who's still up from the party?
I'm dead.
Karu's out. He's unconscious.
I'm up.
Still up.
Phil.
Silren's still up. Zeroth is fine. And Verda is unconscious. Verda and Karu, please roll a death saving throw. /GM roll 1d20.
Boy. Yep. See, Ver's the closest one to me. After their death saving throws, I'll let them, I'll just pop a cure wounds into her real quick, just to get her back up. And also recover that, punctured lung that she now has.
She does. You do need to for every single one of these. So do /GM roll. Let me just demonstrate. 1d20. That should be it.
Okay, thank you.
But without the period. So I just like to clarify. You do need to long rest before. Oh, if you were knocked unconscious, you also gain a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, from this cure wounds, but you're gonna need a long rest to really get that up. But the magical energy.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you do that? Yeah, but you guys roll those death saves first.
Okay, Karu has finished rolling death saves, and his death save, and Verda has finished rolling her death save.
All right, Verda's the closest to me, so I'll pop a healing into her, level 1 healing, just to get her up.
How much does that do?
10.
10. You're back up. Yeah.
I'm gonna run over to Karu and use one of his healing potions.
All right, so Karu, knock off one of the healing potions in your inventory as Zeroth pulls it out, opens your mouth, pops the cork off, and starts force feeding you your own potion.
All right.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Correct. If you're taking an action, this is something I'd like to try out at some point, is if you're taking an action to so we'll figure this out, but there have been some neat ideas, which are if you do, actually, that was kind of perfect, because if you take your action on a turn to drink a healing potion, you can gain all of the healing back, or you can take your bonus action on your turn, but you have to roll the dice. So you do, like, if you drink a healing potion on your turn as your action, you'd gain the maximum number of healing possible. But if you just use your bonus action for it, you have to roll the dice.
All right.
So we're going to implement that, I think, like right now. I think that should work. That's been something that I really like in some other games that people run, where if you use an action to do it, you gain all the healing. If you don't use an action, you gain some of the healing, but not everything. So Karu, you gain 10 hit points back.
All right. Yeah. Am I back up again? I got my level of exhaustion and I'm up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell was that?
An explosion!
Yeah, my arm is broken.
You got some heal. That should after that healing potion, it should be fine after a rest. But what the fuck?
I have no idea. This guy just knew my name and then blew up.
Oh, we need to get out of here. The place is gonna burn down.
People know who we are. This is impossible.
Fucking beholders.
Through the door bursts the tiny gnome that was in the guild house of the Autumn Legion. What's happened here?
Fucking beholders!
Where'd that man go? He was dark and had a weird cloak. He was asking after you.
Yeah, he blew us up and everyone else. Who is this guy?
Suicide bombed us.
I don't know. He came in. Whoa!
One of the beams from the ceiling cracks and falls, landing within mere feet from this gnome.
Get out of here! I'll explain in a moment.
And he starts
Yeah.
hobbling out of the tavern.
Yeah, like Patty will get on Fenrir, and yeah, we're going.
I have a question for the
Yes.
DM. Am I alive? What's happening
Yes,
here?
you are
are
alive.
alive.
You have 1 level of exhaustion.
You are now conscious. You are conscious again
Okay.
after you got healed by me.
Thank you.
You're like once you get magical healing, you are immediately up. You just have a level of exhaustion, which
Okay,
is
thank you.
which is thankfully fixed by a long rest, which you do need because you have a punctured lung.
Lovely. I rolled a 4 on my death save, so
Yikes! Yeah.
thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
Thankfully, death saves don't carry over from being knocked under from death. So yeah, once you're up, you're back up, and you don't need to. You'll be back to 3.
Just like,
I think. I don't know. That's how I've always assumed it works.
Yep, that's how it works.
I'm just
Yeah.
wheezing on the floor.
Yeah.
Ugh.
just dismounts, puts her back on Fenris. Oh, you are heavy.
I'm gonna carry. I'm gonna grab Carr after giving him the healing potion and just grab him and book it out.
Carry.
Oh my
And
God.
Silver's okay, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm low HP, but I'm fine, and I get
Yeah.
up and get out.
That is not Patty. That is not Patty. That's
That's
Sarah.
Karu!
Basically,
That's Karu!
that's Karu.
I didn't
No,
mean that to be-
Patty's the one who just
Yeah, except mix in the.
flopped you onto the back of the wolf and just boom.
No, I mean that was Karu. Karu. Oh, that was not. I forgot that I also got lifted.
Patty carries the party half the time. Not inaccurate.
Fine.
This is not fine. The place is on
No.
fire.
Mix in the "this is fine" meme with the wedding carrying meme, and then that's what's happening with Karhu and Zorath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the slightly melted metal wolf is Verta and
I'm
Paddywhack.
just like slumped over, like drooling.
Ugh. Swear to I don't even like the Saints, but I swear to the Saints this party is trouble.
God.
Yeah. Once we get outside, I'm just dropping Karu. I'm not like setting him down. I'm dropping him.
No. You're making things worse. Don't make it worse. Let me see that. Fucking hell, you got a broken arm.
Yes. This, I don't understand. Well, how these people can know who we are.
Fucking beholders are paranoid as fuck. Probably knew it, probably gathered as much information as possible on us the second we entered into town.
Don't know what happened. This man came in asking after who'd taken the contract. Seems nice enough, so I let him know. It was Sir Karu and his mates.
I didn't even know who I was.
I told him
Never
your
met
fucking
anybody.
name, son.
But how does he know my
How did
face?
you know his name? I never introduced our party. The only one you knew was me.
Whoops. I read your mind.
Ah, fuck. And suddenly, standing before you, this gnome drops to his knees. His body begins to swell. His eyes bulge out of his head.
It's blown up.
And then for a moment, his skin also begins to bubble and ripple, but not in the same way. As these
He's saying,
people
not again.
and running, this man's form changes. It's almost as though he compresses and begins to swell and grow bigger as he begins floating into the sky.
What?
His arms stick out at strange angles, and you see from where his fingers are, they start to break and snap and slice as each of the fingers rips off from his arm, connecting to his strange mass which he is now, as his fingers detach, they shoot out from the sides of his head, all 10 of them, on different stalks.
What
Fucking beholders.
As this gargantuan, actually it's a large creature, stands before you, his stomach, where his stomach was, splits and peels back to reveal 2 rows of sharp, pearlescent fangs. And he begins to let out this horrible cackling, as from his face, which is meshed with his body, his entire face splits, and where there was once some cute little gnome features, there is now this massive eye, the color of flames. His skin and clothing begins to change shape and turn into a hide of scales, deep red, as this gargantuan creature stands before you. Allow me to hopefully pull up. Oh, come on.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Oh, fuck this asshole.
Murder's thing.
Oh no.
Oh, come on. Please actually do your freaking job.
Damn. Fucking beholders.
And I will show you what he looks like.
I wanted to fight this pyromancer for the last 2 weeks, and now that you got it, what?
I was expecting this in a prepared setting. I was not expecting. I should have expected this. Fucking beholders.
Oh my god,
So,
please.
now-
Page not found, fuck off. Please let me do the stupid thing.
So, now that the monster got the top on the party, it's a whole issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna just review our plan again.
Alright.
Our goal was actually somewhat reliant on Deathcap being there.
There you go. That's what it looks like.
Oh yeah,
Actually-
Deathcap isn't here.
Yeah, like
Hell is
half
that
our
about?
plan was like a big part of the plan was him being there and the beholder being unable to get out of the grappling vines.
Yeah,
Oh
we find him.
no!
And as this giant creature stands before you,
I mean, to be fair, the last time
Or flies
shit
before
hit
you.
the fan without Deathcap being around, Vox Mortem activated.
that is true. We are. The moon is high above the sky at exactly midnight. And we're going to pan away from this that is happening right now as a tiny little goblin figure slips into an alleyway, getting closer and closer to the sanctuary. Deathcap. It is completely dark. You see before you large building, sort of conflagration of roofs and scaffolding being held together by several small buildings. As you get closer, this sense of foreboding comes over you. And as you make it closer and closer, you realize this is the place you're going. You'll be fine. It's okay. What would you like to do?
My palms are gonna be shaking, and I'm just like giving myself a little prep talk, like you're doing the right thing. This is the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like gonna use both my hands to like slap myself calm. And begin walking towards the place, looking around, like what's in the environment. If I can see any moving shadows.
Yes, you can. 6 figures step out before you, all tall humans. And as they approach, they all wear masks, like face masks, hoods drawn low, and daggers are drawn before you.
I'm gonna try my best. Obviously, I'm scared, and it's like my legs are shaking, but my upper half is trying to stand. I'm Kevlar. I'm just gonna pull out the dagger that he gave me while like my head shied away, like in case they do attack.
One of them steps forwards and comes right up in front of you. And then he drops to one knee, so he's on level with you. Drops his dagger, pulls his hood down, and pulls down his mask. And you see a smiling face. Kind young man. Welcome, brother. He's been expecting you. He pats you on the shoulder. I'll take that now, lad. You don't have to carry it anymore. He holds out a hand with a dagger.
My ears are gonna perk hearing brother, and I'm like, all of the nervousness is gonna like wear off instantly, and pass him the dagger.
He takes it, slips it into a pocket, and stands, placing a hand on your shoulder and leading you along. Takes you up a small flight of stairs, where you see this large door. He steps up to it, knocks 3 times, and whispers something that you can't hear from here. The door swings open, and there you see him, Cadlock. Arms outstretched wide. Deathcap, welcome back. I knew you'd come. Come on in.
Gonna slowly begin walking, still like observing the area, and it's you guys have a fancy looking hideout.
Thank you. We try our best. Have a seat.
He draws up a chair for you.
Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
As he stands, as you sit, he sits across from you at a table. A fire crackles in the hearth.
Were you scared?
I'm not gonna lie, most of the humans that I've come across treated me wrong, so it's, I guess, old habits.
You'll get to know the lads. They're good mates.
And he leans forwards.
They all owe me a favor.
And he winks at you.
So, Deathcap. Before, you told me you wanted a safe haven and friends. Is that right?
Yeah. Back home, they activated something called Vex Murdum. So, one of the main guys I'm scared of.
He cuts you off with a sigh.
I remember that all too well.
He steps out of the chair.
Stand up.
He walks over to the fire.
Come over here, lad.
Gonna like follow after him.
Kneel. One knee will do.
Up like one knee, like confused but like still obeying.
He reaches up to the mantle and picks up a long rapier. He turns and looks at you. Then he steps forwards, presses the rapier to your chest. Deathcap, the Hidden. Do you hereby swear fealty to the Black Creed? Do you promise to dedicate your life to our work? And will you flee when you have the chance to run, if it means to save your skin, and therefore save ours by extension?
So I'm gonna. In this moment, it's gonna be like flashbacks of like everything that he's had with the group, and it's gonna just like push them out. I'm gonna activate my wild spurs. I'm gonna look Cablock dead in the eyes, and it's just like confident, like if Vex Murdum isn't gonna get me, yes.
He removes the point of the spear, of the rapier. Stand up. You're one of us now. He looks at you dead in the eyes. Do you trust me, Deathcap?
I'm gonna hold out my hand. I've seen Gazif do this. So it's the humans that he's earned his trust, and I'm just gonna go, yes.
Good. That's as it should be. After all, I am your father. And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
What?
What?
Oh,
What?
what?
Star Wars much?
Oh my god, what? Oh.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
this whole situation is fucked.
The only other goblin.
No, we had goblins that we killed.
Yeah.
Earlier
Oh,
in the campaign.
Yo soy tu
Yeah,
padre.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this entire situation is foobar. I mean, how? I mean, the team, the main like 5 of us are down. 1 of us isn't even there. Apparently, didn't even hear the explosion. Sorry, I was
You're
gone
good.
for a little
You're
bit
good.
for the bathroom. Yeah, I was gone a little bit, like when you were describing what was going on.
That's all right.
Like with at the bathroom.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're fighting a fucking beholder. What's our new plan? Okay, guys, what's our new plan?
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure
Cause-
your new plan now is survive.
Yeah, we need to get rid of that. We need to stop that eye ray. We need to stop the main eye ray because that's the actually no. Zeroth, take advantage of the eye ray. Keep him on sight.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So we're going to pick this up in 2 weeks as most of the party is preparing to fight the Pyromancer, and Deathcap has just been sworn into the Black Creed.
2 of us are so
Wow.
low, it's not even funny. They could literally
3 of us are
die.
so low. Actually, probably all of us are low.
Well, no, like, okay, yeah, a couple of us, but yeah, like, I mean, okay, Patty's got 27. What does everyone else got?
56.
I got 10.
I have 10 because people are kind to me.
Soren?
12.
Okay. And Fenrir's at 15.
All right. Well, we're going to pick
18.
that up
Fenrir's at 18.
next session. Thank you guys for
Oh.
playing. And we'll definitely
Yeah.
see where this goes next week.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's really great.
That was-
Oh my God.
Well,
What in
at
the
least for
world?
this session, we had Zeroth back, so yay!
Yay!
Hopefully,
Yay!
Zeroth's schedule dies down a little
I
bit,
will-
and then we can have you consistently.
I will
Thank goodness we
hopefully
bought
be
those potions.
so. The next session is family weekend. So my mom's coming to visit me. So
Oh my
hopefully,
God.
so she might be gone by the time the session time rolls around. I just don't know yet.
Okay, that's
But-
fine. You're good, but
I will let y'all know in advance.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you
Also,
guys for showing up.
Thank you for
Wait, next week
still
or the
running
week
there. Good
following?
job.
Following week.
Yeah, following.
Following week.
Wow.
2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks.
Figure out Verida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just got Silverman's Happy Father's Day thing. Yo, soy
Yeah.
tu padre!
Oh, that is so perfect.
Bernard got this, and Happy Father's Day. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, we're gonna pick this up in 2 weeks.
Padre.
Perfect.
Yeah.